Hello and welcome to High Rollers D&D weekly stream, which is the weird name. We should probably think of something better to say at the start. Thank you all once again for joining us. I hope you enjoyed last week. I am Sherlock Hulmes, the Dungeon Master for High Rollers, and today we are playing 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. Woo! Yeah! So I've got my wonderful group of players with me. Yet again, we have. We'll start from this side this time. We have Matt. Say hello, Matt.
Hello.
We have Katie.
Hello.
We have Trott. And we have Kit. And we are playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, as I mentioned. Those of you who joined us last week know that things ended on a bit of a cliffhanger. We are going to be jumping straight into the action. Just a little bit of a cliffhanger with a murderous spirit. I will give a quick recap on that. I just have a couple of things to talk about first. Get the boring stuff out of the way.
Do it.
So, first of all, if you would like to donate during this stream, we don't generally read them out. I will try and remember to either stay behind or figure out something out with Sam for the future to read out donations. But if you can donate and you want to, that's really great and helps support the stream and lets people know that they want to do it. And it helps kind of like get people in to run the tech and get Sam and all that kind of good stuff. So please do if you would like to. Obviously, if you don't, just spread the word. The other way, if you can't donate, just let people know about the stream. Let people know that it's available on Yogs Live.
Spread the virus.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Is one thing I've seen is a lot of people like have maybe seen the highlights that went out on Kim's channel, or they've seen that the stream was there, but they're like, where can I watch it? You can watch it on Yogs Live. We're going to upload it there every week. There's going to be a High Rollers playlist, so make sure you spread word about that as well. Wanted to give a shout out to Mash Games on Reddit, who is doing a really cool like log. Like every week they update it with like what treasure you guys gained, all the NPCs that you met, all the encounters. Like they do a breakdown of it. It's really cool. So big thank you Mash Games for doing that, and I think that they're
from doing shit.
Yeah, exactly. and they're looking for people to help out with that as well. So if you'd like to get involved, let them know on Reddit.
Yeah, I
on
think
the
they made a post on the Reddit saying that like a few people made posts saying, "Would you like a summary?" That one exists, so you can collaborate with it.
Go and help on that one.
Go
Nice
help
community,
with it.
Yay! Another one was big thank you out to Nina, who's coloured all of our pictures.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen those out, I've printed them out for everyone.
They're behind us, look.
They're behind you as well.
They're behind us.
On the stream. So thank you.
Oh, Sam's doing full
Oh, there we go.
I'll
Slideshow.
scratch myself on
I thought I could ladder down.
So these are all the.
Oh, he looks so bad.
He looks so much more badass with that.
Cam
coat.
Buckley.
Yeah, it looks
What
pretty
is
damn.
it?
It's got like a revolver ocelot feel for me, which I like. That's probably wasted on everyone here because nobody's played Metal Gear except me.
Wonderful.
Anyway,
Gear.
Can I do a shout out?
Yeah, of course you can.
I would like to shout out to Graham Rigg, who is the person who sent me
Oh, they were the person that
my
did the mini.
figurine. I found
Ah.
the letter that came with it. So a big thank you to Graham Rigg.
It's not up.
It's not there.
It's not there, it's fine.
Put it in front of your face.
Oh yeah, I can
Just
do
put it
that.
in front of your
actually.
face, yeah.
So
So Graham Rigg is the person who very kindly painted and sent me my figurine, along with a red panda companion.
yes,
Really good.
So yeah, thank you very much for that.
thank you very much. And yeah, the only other thing I was going to say is there's been loads of people who've done fan art and stuff already.
Yeah.
I've seen people saying that they're going to come to MCM cosplaying. as
Oh,
characters and
I want to
stuff
see the
already.
horns.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
so
Someone wanted to cosplay a Laura.
I know, that's the one I saw. Super awesome. Thank you guys so much for that. It is genuinely really amazing that like this stupid D&D game is already getting people to do stuff
Oh,
like
we've
that.
got some fan art on the screen.
Oh,
Hey!
super cute.
Oh.
Thank you, Sam.
Oh.
Sam is so
Lovely.
on the ball. It's
He is.
amazing.
He is so on
I like
the
this
ball.
one.
Yeah, that one was really good. Inappropriate
Unwanted
touching.
healing.
No touching.
Oh,
That's
thank
cute.
you.
Oh,
So
this is all
good.
so cool.
Cam Buckley.
That
Have you-
was
my
awesome.
favourite one is the one with the flowers growing
flower
on Cam's
crotch.
crotch.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, there's
Which
a lot
is
of
great.
Lauras
They're
and.
so cute.
Oh, that's good.
That was
Murder.
Oh, yeah.
So
And that's
good.
actually a really good segue.
There's more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
there's
God,
been
I haven't
loads of
seen
stuff.
these
It's-
ones.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
there's so much stuff. that's
Divine
been-
zombie.
Oh, the vine zombie!
Yeah.
Oh.
It's exactly lethal.
Thank you so much for that. And that gives us a really nice segue into. I will just do a very brief
Can you
recap.
not say segue? Sorry.
Oh, he brings you back.
Triggered.
Oh, man.
That leads me into a nice
Detour?
detour, I guess. Yeah,
No,
into
that's totally wrong.
a little recap on what happened last time. So we introduced our characters, who you'll get to know. And whilst they were travelling from the town of Greybell on their way to the capital of the Dawn Republic, Talis Val, they were as part of a caravan. Generally, it's safer to travel the roads in groups. The roads, not robes, in groups. And when they camped for the night, about a day's away from the village of Tallfield, they were ambushed by unknown assailants. And when they awoke, they were in a kind of underground chamber with this thick, thorny vine wall in their way. They managed to escape, and as they began exploring, they found that they were in some sort of ancient burial ground or temple. And there was lots of strange plant creatures, creatures made of vines and branches and this kind of thing all around, and zombies as well. These undead bodies of the caravan that they were, traveling with vines controlling their bodies and their limbs and making them in a very zombie-like manner. They managed to find the caravan leader, a man named Thomas, alive. Thomas. He was alive. And they managed to get some information from him that somehow a druid called Renwyn was involved, who was once a guardian of the hills but now seemed to be working with them, and that they were being ritually killed. A little bit more investigation, they ended up finding a dryad called Gulthea, who claimed that the barrow, or the burial temple, had been corrupted by an evil spirit, an ancient Elven Queen who was driven mad. She said that the only way to placate it was to kind of drain the blood and use the blood of the fresh and the innocent to sate the spirit. After a bit of to and fro, they agreed to take a circlet that belonged to the Elf Queen's daughter and to go and try and calm the beast.
Well.
On the way, Cam fell into a trap that kind of caused him to trip out a little bit.
Hey, that trap came and fell onto me.
That fell onto you. It shot up into your testicles and a poison dart all through his system. But they managed to sort him out, and now they have entered the chamber. And just as Cam touched the sarcophagus after being shoved by Juto, a spirit rose up within the tomb. A woman in ragged robes, and this what was probably once an elegant dress is all tattered, long hair flying wildly, this glowing green spirit. And as Juto offered the circlet of her daughter to her in some sort of peaceful operating, the Elven Queen shrieked, her jaw elongated, and a scream of murderers.
Like the mummy.
That's exactly it. Well done. Well spotted. One of my favourite movies. It screamed out. Little fact for you. And yeah, it screamed out, and that is where we're going things. But before we do start, I do have one thing. So, Matt and Kim, you guys have never played D&D before. This is your first time playing. Being your dungeon master, I felt it was my responsibility. I have got you your own set of dice.
Oh wow!
So
Thank you.
that is for you, Kim. I tried to get colours for Juto, so red and gold.
So
And then Matt, I got you grey and white for Trelamar.
Oh, well, thank you, Mark.
Yeah, thanks, Mark.
You've got your own dice.
Right.
You guys
Actually,
got your own
technically, I stole his.
Son of a bitch!
So.
I'm fine.
I can't.
These are nice die as well. These are nice.
Yeah, so
Heft.
I got to say a big thank you to our local store Excelsior for this, because when I went in,
fresh.
they had just had a shipment, and he opened it all up for
Kim's lost
me
the
and
dice
let
already.
me pick colours.
Oh wow!
Oh, cool.
Kim! I just bought you these.
It's fine.
So yeah, so there you go. Those are
you.
yours to keep forever.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
to celebrate
A memento.
your
Or
introduction into the world
In like
of
5
Dungeons
minutes.
and Dragons.
They do, don't they?
Oh,
man?
these are so
Good.
cool.
Oh,
So-
they're very visual as well. You can see the numbers clearly. There's
Yeah,
some
that's
dice you
very
can get.
important with dice. Get ones with clear numbers on them, because they become a pain in the butt.
How lucky are they though? Roll a d20.
Yeah,
Yes,
what do you
that's a good
roll?
point. So
First
just
roll.
first roll with your new dice.
12.
12. 4. Solid.
Good start.
The
They're
Trelamar
weighted.
dice continues.
That's why he gave you dice, because they're weighted to the lower
Yeah,
numbers.
you were rolling way too high in the last one, so he screwed
As
us.
Trott will
Yeah.
tell you, in all of my games, whenever I GM, I roll ridiculously well. As a player,
does.
not so good. Anyway,
Terrible.
so that's enough for the preamble. Let's begin.
do it.
The glowing spirit rises up before you. The jaw, like she screams, "Murderers!" And you can see her rise to her full power, and this wave of icy chill just hits you.
My nips go.
Now is not the time!
This green spirit rises up from the tomb, and we are going to literally launch straight into rolling initiative.
Oh, you son of a bitch! Mark.
That doesn't mean right now. It's worthwhile
yeah.
noting you don't have to fight just because you're in initiative. Initiative is
Yeah.
just a way for me to track if there is going to be
An
fighting.
organisation of time.
Yes.
20.
Yes, and add your initiative bonus.
So you need to.
3.
Oh yeah.
12.
Oh, sorry. Yes. So we haven't played in a week. We should
18.
probably-
It's alright.
Hi, you might be first.
We're helping. It's goddamn minstrel.
Okay.
You left them at my house. Like,
So
Don't throw minstrel at me. Please don't throw minstrel at me.
sponsored by
So,
Minstrel.
sponsored by
Sponsored by Minstrel.
and Red Bull, because
And-
this is the only way I can get through today.
And Doctor.
Let's not
Right.
give Kim the duct tape.
There,
Initiative. Juto. So you roll a d20 and then you add your initiative, which is at the top middle column.
I said 12 because I got a 9.
There's a 9,
10,
was it?
11,
9,
12.
12. Cam Buckland,
17.
17. Elora,
14.
14. Trelly Belly,
18.
18.
People are not going to use the real
Trelly
name,
Belly.
are they?
Yeah, Trellamar.
We
His
said
name
Trelly
Everyone's
Belly.
free.
Trellamar
Fine.
Alith, also known as Trelly Belly.
Is it Elise?
It was Trelly Belly because I was the most overweight member of my.
When you were a young drow
Yeah.
in the temple being trained,
And they
it's a
used
bit of a
to
nickname.
poke fun at me,
Yeah,
and
but-
that was it.
Oh.
And that's
I
when you
thought, fuck the lot of you.
and
I'm
that's
going
when you
off.
started just 20 sit-ups
That's why
every
you left.
morning.
Yeah.
Does that
get
engage
shredded.
beast mode though? If we call you that enough, will it like trigger you?
Yeah, I'll be
to
like
just
Wolverine.
rage
I'll just
out?
go like feral. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
I will bear that in mind.
Well, Trellamar,
Yeah.
you react quickest. You see the spirit rise up. It definitely seems to have a murderous intent. It especially looks at Juto.
Because I'm
with
just
this
holding this circling.
hatred. Yeah.
Very much regretting that.
glowing embers of eyes, just
Everything's fine.
seething with hatred.
Okay.
I'd like to say before we go like RP, I actually came up with like a speech in my head. I was thinking about it, like I was gonna, how can I RP my way out of this? Forgot the entire speech. Didn't write it down. Didn't write it
You're gonna
down.
have to
You have a
improv.
mind
Yeah.
blank
Yeah.
when it comes to initiative.
Well, Trellamar, what
Right.
would you like to do?
Oh Christ.
So
Can
as a reminder, if you want to do things like you can move,
Yep.
so you can move up to your speed, which is broken down into
Can I bugger
5
off out the door?
You absolutely could if you wanted to. You can use your
What would
action, which is
Trellamar do?
exactly what would Trellamar do. So your action
Hashtag
is like
what
you
would
can
Trellamar
cast a spell, you can like attack with a weapon, you could try
Steal
something
an
different.
ace.
So
Can I talk to her?
absolutely
Yeah,
you can.
yeah.
Yeah. So talking is generally if you're going to do a very long speech, it's your action.
Right.
If it's like a quick couple of words to like shout orders, I just say that's for free. But if you want to like engage in a conversation, that is your action effectively.
Okay.
So, but what would you like to do? You could try. So you have skills like you can try and calm them down. You can try and intimidate people. It really depends on the way you word it. It depends on the skill that you use. You don't have to say it as Matt. You can say Trellamar says, or you
Yeah.
can do a voice.
Okay, well I'll try and calm her down. I think.
Okay, sure.
Do I have to roll anything, or
Well,
do I
what are you
just
saying?
talk to you?
What are you
Just
saying
begin
to her? Like, are you just going to try and calm her down and sort of like, yeah, what kind of thing are you going to try
Just
and
to say, well, look, there's been a massive mistake. This
It's been a misunderstanding.
yeah, there's been a
Yeah.
terrible misunderstanding here. You see, Juto has not stolen the circlet of your daughter. It was given to us as a gift by one of your servants, Tree Woman. What was her name?
Golthia.
Golthia.
Golthia passed on the circlet
Okay.
as a mark of respect from us to try and show you that we are on your side, that we appreciate what you're trying to do. We understand that you are in great pain.
You're saying, and just to ask, you're saying this in like normal common, so English, not you're not speaking. Do you speak Elven? I can't remember if Trellamar speaks Elven.
I can't remember.
Yeah, he does speak Elven.
Do I?
Yeah. it should
So I'm
be
speaking
nice.
Elven now.
But if you want to, you can speak in common. What do you think? Like, it's up to you.
She's an
Probably
elf queen.
Elven.
Yeah.
That'll
Okay.
probably give her more respect if
Yeah,
I'm talking
so,
to her in her native tongue.
Yeah. So give me a persuasion. Or is it? I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. I'm getting confused with Edge of the Empire. Is it persuasion?
There's persuasion.
Yeah, persuasion.
Yeah.
Persuasion skill check.
9, 11, 12, 13.
Okay, 13. She seems to kind of like be like taken aback. She seems wary, but it does seem to kind of pull her out of her just full murderous rage. But she still seems very angry. But you definitely seem to have gotten through something to her.
Okay.
But you're not quite sure if she's fully believed you per se.
Okay.
It's not that she, well, yeah, it's kind of like she still is full of anger and hatred. So there's a little bit of dissonance, but you seem to have had some sort of effect on her.
Okay.
You can still move if you'd like to. You can back off. You can move into the room.
Can I move closer to show that I am
Yeah, so you kind of
not
like
afraid?
move up to the thing. You kind of like talking to her as you step forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her
Speak
hate,
for yourself.
especially her anger doesn't seem to be directed at you. She's
Yeah.
kind of listening to you, but like it's definitely Juto. She is just
Oh boy.
making
horned
contact
one.
with. Absolutely. Cam Buckland.
Oh,
Hey.
God.
He doesn't give a fuckland.
So I'm gonna immediately go into a crouch scenario where I'm hiding behind the sarcophagus and I'm gonna crab my way to the back
Crab.
and try and reach in and grab the mace.
Okay, so as you try and do that, because you're moving effectively through her threatened area, as she sees you going for the mace, just this hand, this ethereal hand,
Goddamn attack.
swipes through you basically.
Why would you do that? I was trying to talk her out of it, and you come around behind us like,
Well,
oh, just sneak round. And
12.
That is not a hit.
You duck as you see this hand
What?
just Thieves! Just whoosh,
Not yet.
straight through. As it passes overhead, you reckon that if she had touched you, it would have just ice cold. Like, you can feel just this icy hatred almost just swoop over your head. Like, all your goosebumps on the back of your neck rise. Like, it was pretty scary. So that was your movement. And you grab it, pull it out. You're human. You grab this mace. It's very large and very heavy. It is probably it looks almost like a baseball bat, effectively, like a very long, thin, but made of like a black iron. It has lots of very sharp, very rough.
It's made of iron, you say?
Dark black iron, like really thick.
Can't snap it then. No,
you can't snap it. It seems very, very well made. As you touch it as well, there's something off about this weapon. It's very strange.
Oh.
So that is, I would say that's probably a bonus action to grab the weapon.
Okay.
You still have an action left. What would you like to do?
I'm going to smash her bones with the mace inside the sarcophagus.
Jesus Christ!
No, that's
Okay.
her daughter's.
Is it the daughter's?
Yeah!
Yes.
I didn't think of that at the time.
The mace shatters, and the spirit howls. An ethereal,
I think that worked.
haunting.
Cam!
I've got this hideously angry, and it echoes around the chamber. Her eyes just turn on you. And
Yes!
Now we can all leave.
the white embers that were once there turn crimson.
Do more talky stuff. I think I've angered her.
Okay, that is the end of
Oh
your turn.
my god.
Buckland, you moron!
Elora,
Oh
you just
God.
watch him, and they're kind of elven bones. Yeah, it does. But yeah.
What are you doing?
I don't really know.
That was her daughter!
No, please. Can I want to talk to her. I don't want to. Okay. I don't want to do any bad. Say, please. We don't mean you any harm. We're trying to. We think that there's something to do with this weapon that is causing your daughter's spirit. To feel uncomfortable. I don't know.
You can make so you would have had advantage because you are high elf and she knows that.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Unfortunately, because of the actions of him, you would have had disadvantage, and those cancel each other out. So it is
So
just
a regular roll.
persuasion check.
Okay.
False.
Fuck you, Buckland. Oh god, plus nothing. That's a 9.
There
No,
is
that's a
just
6. No,
there is
worse.
just she doesn't even turn her head to you. Like there is just a beeline. Juto.
Okay.
I may have messed up a little bit.
Oh, actually, I was saying, like, you just talked to her. You can still move if you'd like to. You kind of took your action because you were speaking a lot, but you can still move if you'd like.
I'd like to move behind that pillar.
This one?
Yeah.
Like, peeking out, like, oh, we're really sorry.
Pretty good shout. It's a pretty good shout.
Juto.
Can I talk like with everyone else and see what I've got 2 ideas, but I don't know what the best one would be. So
Okay.
one is to talk our way out of it. So if I give her the circlet back, my other idea is, can we put the circlet on you and try and almost fake that you're her daughter
Oh Jesus.
Jesus. Yeah.
and like want to talk her down from this?
Are we digging
will say
ourselves a
that
hole?
Because we're still, like, so normally I wouldn't let you have this type of conversation.
Right,
It's
okay.
very metagaming.
Sorry.
But maybe this is something you talked about before you went in.
Okay.
And so you're kind of like looking around to see if anybody had any thoughts. But just for the future, just because
Okay, I
like
won't
in
do it, yeah.
you wouldn't be able to do this, like unless you were
Sorry.
talking out loud.
We wouldn't be able
or
to
unless you
respond.
had some way to telepathically communicate with each other.
I sign with my tail.
Like but yeah, no, I don't mind it this time because you guys
Cool.
are still learning. But yeah, but just for a future their reference,
I won't.
normally we'll be able to have that
I'll
kind of
behave.
conversation. So what do you think Juto would do? Do you think that you would try and go with the fake it plan?
It's up to you. What would you
Depends
do?
if you're brave enough.
What would your instinctive reaction be? You got the circlet.
To just leave you. To
Fair
your
enough.
fate.
I can see why.
Idiot. I've got the circlet.
Yep.
I don't know what to do. We
I don't
could
mind.
try and fake it.
I don't mind.
Because you're Elven, so.
Let's run over and plonk it on her head. Give her a quick.
I'm gonna put the circlet on Elora's head.
Before you do it, give me a knowledge history. So a history check.
+0.
Yeah. So D20, whatever you roll.
11.
11. You think you can do it. The only thing that just in the back of your mind, you remember like, oh, this burial tomb is really, 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 really old. They might not be the same clan of elves of Elora.
Shit.
Because Elora is from the Moonspire, so she has a very different look to a lot of other elves. She has like
I
different
do
coloured
have a
skin.
circlet on my head with my own symbol on it as
yeah.
well.
So you kind of remember that just as you're about to go and do it, you're like,
Just break the circle. I think breaking things is.
No,
I'm not listening to you.
break shit.
I think of all the things we need to break here, it's the mace that you're swinging around
Or
like nobody's
cam.
business.
Made of iron.
break
Like you
cam.
literally just desecrated the girl who was killed by the mace, which is the reason why the queen is angry, and now you've just like smashed her bones up even more. Why don't you
It's
just
really bad.
pee on it as well? Jesus.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Don't give him ideas.
Okay,
What does
I'm
that
not
do?
going to do that. I am going to hold out the circlet, and I'm going to appeal to the queen. God,
Okay.
you better like pay me back for this later.
I'll just be crunching bones in the background.
Stop
Don't
that.
worry about me.
Stop that.
I'll just hold the mace.
every now and then when nobody's looking.
It's quite satisfying.
Okay.
shit.
Okay, I'm going to try and talk to the
Okay.
queen.
Yep.
So,
You're just trying to appease to her. You
Yeah.
don't ever have to you don't have to speak as your character. You can just say, if you're not comfortable, you can
Okay.
just say, I want to try and appease her, I want to tell her about this. You know,
Okay.
it doesn't have to be first person.
I want to be like, my queen, Ayandris. There has been a great misdeed done here today.
We only met him today.
Okay. Yep.
I give you this circlet of your daughter to try and, as a peace offering, to try and bring peace to your heart. We have nothing but the greatest of respect for you and your royal line. And whatever we can do to bring peace to your heart, we will do it.
Okay. So you can make a persuasion check. Again, I would have given you disadvantage because of Cam's actions, but because you seem very genuine, you would have had advantage. They cancel each other out. So it's a flat D20 roll plus persuasion.
Okay, persuasion.
It's a whole heap of 0.
It's just
Oh
like
God.
you just hear her, she's just like liars, murderers, desecrators.
Well, yeah, that's new, yeah.
My daughter suffers because of you.
She's so dead, though.
I'm still gonna stand there holding the circlet out in some
Okay, so
hope
you just kind of
that,
hold it out.
like, yeah, I'm not gonna waver. I'm still, even though I've really messed up quite bad here.
Her arm just tries to bat again at Cam. She just kind of like swoops. She actually
Oh,
moves.
it's fine.
She moves through you. So her body just kind of goes like.
Oh, that's a weird
whoosh.
experience.
And it vanishes behind the column. She actually seems to pass straight through it.
Did that hurt?
20 to AC.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Oh boy.
That hurts. I don't have much HP.
Okay, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
It is a 3.
Right. You take 4 points of damage,
Mm-hmm.
but your maximum HP is reduced by 4.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Good. As she passes through you, it feels like your very life essence is being pulled with her. Part of your soul is actually dragged behind you, and you have to breathe deeply, and you feel half the man that you once were. Like it's as if
My bulge is
some of what
shrinked
Shriveling
half
in the cold.
size now. Yeah. That's where my soul is, you know? That's where it came from.
trying to be serious. Describe it, but I can't. Yeah, you feel like you feel your life essence just pulled away from you, and it just sucks the life out of you. And yeah, she seems to vanish behind the column and like move through it effectively.
I don't think columns
She reappears.
affect her.
I can't believe you did that.
Okay, Charlemont.
Ooh.
I think maybe if we keep talking.
Yeah.
Like,
If we roll better,
Yeah.
something good might
Roll
happen.
better.
Can I talk to her again?
Of course you can. Yep, absolutely.
Just talk to you. Do I just talk to you? Yeah.
Yeah. If you'd like to, yeah.
Okay.
Just what you said.
Yeah, right. I beseech you. We are being honest.
Okay.
Buckland here, he is a human. He is an imbecile. he does have a floral crotch. The rest of us, we are trying to help.
Okay.
Do you need a breath mint? Is that what?
It does. There's no. The whole room just feels so icy. Again, you can go ahead and make another persuasion check. This time, though, you have advantage.
Okay.
So you can roll twice and take the highest.
Remember what killed her?
You've not taken any aggressive
That's
action.
20.
Okay. So she seems to turn. She snarls.
Your fool human has desecrated my daughter's body, just as my tomb is desecrated by the Dryad.
Oh.
Why have you brought me my pain here?
The
The Dryad is Galthia's
Galthia,
desecrated her
by
tomb.
killing people.
Yeah.
Oh shit, so have we been lied to?
Yes, we have.
Have we though?
Or they're
Oh.
being stupid and trying to do sacrificial things to appease her, but
And not really knowing.
it's actually desecrating.
Tell your human the mace must be placed back. It is it's an evil thing.
Do as she says, Fuckland.
Oh,
Put that mace
Called that
back.
a long time.
Okay, so that's you on your turn. Like you definitely like she stops. She doesn't seem like she's going to attack anymore. Like
Okay.
you've managed to kind of halt her. She's much more willing to talk now. But you kind of have to spend like because imagine like the four of you going is 6 seconds. So you're kind of saying this as everybody else is doing stuff.
Okay.
Cam Buckland, what are you doing?
What would I have seen in the ways of monsters up to this point?
As in the
as
things
Cam
that you've
Buckland.
gone through the thing. Oh, as in like in your life history.
What's a decent monster that's not too over the top that I would have come across, like a goblin or an orc?
Yeah, I guess things like hobgoblins, goblins, no orcs really. Orcs generally are a lot more dangerous.
I'm going to...
More natural monsters as well. Things like dire wolves are quite common on the plains. They're quite scary as well. Like travelers are generally quite fearful of them.
And it was a giant, you say?
Giant
Gnoll,
chieftain.
yeah, giants. Yeah, so giants were. There's not been giants around for a long time, but you remember like them saying that there was these elves in this burial tomb were at war with the giants a long time ago.
I'm going to cast Disguise Self and
Okay.
turn into a goblin
Okay.
and say,
Ha! Fools! I was a goblin all along, and I wove myself into your group to get to the chamber, and that's why I'm killing the daughter.
Okay, so make a deception check for me
God,
with
I'm
advantage
looking
because of the spell.
17.
Worse and worse.
Just when I thought he
19.
couldn't get-
19.
Why can
Fool! You have been tricked by this creature.
And I'm going to run out the door as far
With the
as
mace?
I can. I'm going to drop the mace and run.
You drop
Because
the
I've
mace.
done my duty, crushing the daughter's bones
Okay.
and running out the
So
door.
not
Cam
just
Buckland.
nicely put the mace?
So you get to the room with the mural,
Yeah.
the trap mural. What do you do from here? So you've got that's pretty much the end of your movement. Is you're like literally sprinting off into the darkness.
I've already done my action as Disguise Self, so
Yep. So that's it. Pretty
That's
much.
me
So that's
done.
your movement done. Okay.
bonus
Yeah.
action, I'm just going to go
Uh,
her.
yeah. From her reaction, she seems to have believed the ruse. Elora.
What the fuck?
I'm helping.
So he dropped the mace. Can I pick up the mace and put it back in the tomb
Okay.
and back away?
Soon as you grip the mace, horrible flashes, almost like memories, but you know they're not your own.
Okay.
You can just, in your mind, you remember seeing, it's almost as if it really happened, this horrible giant, a hill giant, flabby, flesh-coloured, slight orange tint to its skin, drooping face, clad in rough-looking armour, clutching the mace that you grasped, just killing swathes of elves, wood elves from the looks of them. Like they're dressed in kind of more fey, foresty garb, just poof, knocking them to the side. And then you get a flash of a memory, a beautiful elven woman dressed in armor that's decorated like golden leaves. She basically leaps forward with a longsword, a slender blade, and she begins fighting him one-on-one. And the two spar back and forward, each dealing to the other grievous blows, until eventually the elf's blade is struck through the chief's heart. He falls to the ground and the mace drops. and you, and then you come out of the memory almost. You have the mace over the burial, and it just drops into the sarcophagus, and you're like, and you struggle to regain your breath.
Okay.
She's just like, and you can see the spirit start to calm down. Her hair drifts back down. She still has a very ragged, undead appearance, but she seems much calmer now.
Okay. Do I have anything left to just ask her?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Can I just say, what can we do to help you? Tell us how we can help you and your daughter be at peace.
The Dryad. She is of Gulthian, a creature of darkness. She must be stopped. Her ritual has made me weaker. I was brought back here because of it.
Okay.
Can I hear this from that corridor?
You just about on the fade again. She's just like,
Speak up, love.
The goblin is likely one of her allies.
Yeah, watch out.
She wishes to desecrate my tomb. As I speak, her tree grows in my chamber. If it reaches its full power, a seed will be born, and Gulthian's legacy will not be stopped.
Okay. I think we should go to her tomb. I think we should get out of this room and go to her tomb. Not her daughter's.
Well, it's like, who do we want to help here? Do we want to help the queen or do we want to help the dryad?
I want to help the elves.
You would.
Juto, your go.
Okay. I want to. I'm still holding the circlet out. Just my arm's getting a bit tired here. I want to address the queen and say, my queen, if we stop the dryad, can you lend us your strength and we will cleanse your temple of this curse?
Yes. But you must interrupt her ritual, or I cannot help you.
Cool.
Do this, and I can rest.
Let's go kill some dryads.
Yeah.
So I'm going to.
My daughter's circlet here.
Okay, I'm going to very gently place the circlet down on the sarcophagus.
Thank you, child of the abyss.
No worries. And
She just drifts back, and you can see her form kind of just drifts back into the wall and just whoosh, disappears. You guys are out of initiative.
Okay.
so, guys, shall we?
I think we've been misled by.
But we
Stride.
rolled a check on her. And
Yeah,
she seemed
but we
legit.
might not
I
have.
think we rolled pretty bad, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I thought she was nice. She had a nice voice.
She was very softly
That's the
spoken.
thing, well, that you have been told two different stories.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think if the queen really wanted to hurt us, then she would have.
I will say, based on what the Queen just said in some of the conversations with you, everyone except you, because you were a bit too far away to hear everything, you guys can all make history checks.
Okay.
I would like to make a history check.
Yeah. She said a name, but she said some things that might trigger your memories.
18.
Dolphin.
18.
18. History, it should be on your list of skills.
So
It's alphabetical,
it'll be
so.
here.
Oh, yeah.
Plus nothing.
Plus nothing. 15.
15. The name of Gulthian does, you're like, oh, that does ring a bell. You remember maybe ancient stories of, there might have been a man or like a villain at some point called Gulthian.
Okay.
He tended to be, the details are kind of sketchy. Elora though, kind of as you're listening, Gulthian is a tale. It's not a very well known tale. He was a vampire of quite considerable power, and a hero staked him through the heart, destroying the vampire itself, but some of its evil essence infused the wooden stake that was pierced through its body. The stake then grew into what became known as a Gulthian tree, and from these trees, the daughters of Gulthian were born as dryads. And these dryads are, unlike their normal kin, they are wicked, they are corrupt, and they have the ability to create creatures called blights, which are the very woodlands and the very forest come to life and come to evil.
Well,
We've been had.
And
Yeah.
generally, but
Okay.
this is like a very old story.
Okay.
This was before the Lightfall, potentially, before even
Right.
Palor's Light.
How
It's just-
old?
You'd be talking more than 1400 years, so very, very old.
over a million.
But this is kind of, you're remembering stories that maybe you were told,
Yeah.
like, old folklore and stuff like
Okay.
that. And that's why you didn't really think about it until you heard the names and you heard Golthian's legacy, which is generally what the trees and the dryads are kind of known by.
Also,
Okay,
technically,
guys. Tree bad. Tree
okay.
very bad. Very bad tree.
I'm
Don't want
currently
the tree.
like just actually improv goblining.
Yeah,
right
he just
now.
looks like. So your hit points are reduced by that amount, so you've got that down now.
I just want to remind you that, like, at the end of the last game, I had a blessing on me, so I have 16 hit points
2, 6,
for
8,
an hour.
so your skin was all barky. It recedes. It fades. That spell.
Well, that's not an
cancels on
hour.
you. No, and that's you realise that as well. Something has purposely cancelled the spell on you.
Okay.
Okay.
I think everything leads to them being pretty bad.
Can I go over and just smack him right in the back of the head?
Yeah, like it's quite funny because the way that disguised stealth works is that he isn't actually a goblin.
No,
his visual
he's a
appearance is
glamour.
so where his head is as a goblin is probably his like abdomen. So you slap him right in the stomach. It's like he gets slapped right in the belly.
Can I just aim above?
Yeah, and
the
that's
goblin?
you
Just
just start
smack.
swiping around. You hit him in like the head and stuff like
Okay,
that.
good.
probably breaks
Don't
my concentration.
Do things like that.
It's up to you. Yeah, it probably would like if you can maintain it, but it's quite hard to do as you're being slapped.
I'll dissipate the spell.
He just transforms.
What do you reckon?
Don't smash people's bones. Why would you do
You
that?
are a terrible human being.
I didn't really think it through fully.
Yeah.
I
Evidently.
thought that was her bones, and I was like, mash, mash.
That's still
she goes
pretty
away.
disrespectful.
Well, she was a crazy spirit lady. But
She
pretty
was an
evil.
elf.
I think we
She
can
was just
understand why
fallen
you
Elven
were
Queen.
abandoned as a child.
I agree with the
Hell,
draft.
Sherlock, Jesus.
I
Okay.
tried to fight back. It's fine.
So you guys are all currently.
Well, let's refocus our efforts. From what I heard,
Golthian, we need to stop that ritual. There was a
I thought
tale.
she was bad.
So there was a tale, and Golthian was a vampire in the tale.
Right.
Okay? And something to do with this tree is bad, and we need to stop it before it's fully grown.
I would like to point out that the supposed spell she cast on me that gave me
Oh, yeah.
extra defense seems to have gone.
Okay.
She lured us to our doom
Shall we go
so that they
back
could do the
to-
ritual
It is
while
at
we were.
this point that you hear a male scream coming
It's
from
Thomas!
the chamber.
Can we
I'm running.
run towards the tree?
Right. So you're just going to run through this room?
Nope.
No.
Don't!
I'm gonna hop, skip, and jump
Do
over
not
all the.
stand on the
problem
crossed
areas.
Cross
blades.
swords.
Do not stand on any
I hear
crossed
that,
blades.
and I'm just weaving through.
So you guys, I'm
Thomas!
going to say you kind of.
I'm shouting.
What order do you want to be in? So you were first because you were running straight at first. The three of you, you're about all equal. So who wants to be like just behind Cam and orders and stuff like that? Because it might be important.
I'll be behind Cam.
So you're behind Cam.
I'll be looking at the back because
So
I'm kind of.
You can always
Sherlock
run
are-
over walls anyway.
So that's very true. Cam, you're the first one to round the corner.
Tom!
You literally emerge just in time to see.
Well, this is.
Oh, I forgot to bring that figurine back.
I need another mini.
So I got home from the last D&D session and I took my hoodie off and a D&D figurine just fell out.
I forgot about this. Yeah, one of Duncan's dryads
Yeah,
that I
Oh.
because I was helping like take him upstairs and I think it must have fallen like into my.
I'm just
pocket.
using a mini as a representative of Thomas because I don't have a good one.
Thomas, you.
Well, because I have that one at home.
No,
so
it's one. Yeah, it's one of those things. So as you round the corner, this large stone chamber, the large chamber that seemed to be the main burial, the main audience chamber almost, or like the ritual chamber, with its large dome ceilings. You turn around just in time to see Thomas's body held up by these vines of this vine creature, blood, the last few drips of blood coming from his wrists and throat into what looks to be a wooden bowl, cupped by the dryad, her kind of wooden frame, kind of just dripping it below. As she takes a long sip from the cup, and the blood seeps into her body. Renwyn, the human druid, stands next to her, just holding his head, sort of like barely able to look. And then you just see Golthea kind of going, at last, Father's tree will be completed. And how excellent that our friends have returned. And then she kind of gestures towards you. You can see her just literally place her hand over Thomas's body as it kind of gets slumped on the table. And a vine sprouts from her hand inside his chest.
Can I draw an arrow and just shoot?
You have enough time to get your bow and arrow and knock an arrow, but not enough time
I'm gonna
to
throw
shoot.
a dagger.
I'd say dagger is you've got
Okay.
like so many things, like you can quickly get one off.
Yeah.
And you're trying to shoot it at her, yes?
The vine.
Okay.
At her hand.
Okay, so give me an attack
vine,
roll.
yeah. Vines.
I'm
Goddamn
gonna
vines.
say it's really hard to hit.
I've had a lot of practice.
Not disadvantage, roll it normally, but I will add a thing to her.
Penalty.
Yeah.
18.
Right. Just cuts the vine off before it manages to enter. Golthea whips her hand back. She kind of like, her face, which was always so childlike and serene before, is now twisted. She's like, kill them! And she points to the vine creature. And she's like, Renwyn, come with me, we must complete this. And Renwyn just kind of like looks at you, sad look on his face, holds a hand up to the large stone door. There seems to be some sort of magic that comes out of it. You can give me a knowledge nature check. The door rotates and the two of them step through.
14?
You're pretty sure he used some sort of druid craft to activate the door. Like, there is probably some sort of
Okay.
way to open it using druid craft. However, this creature, Thomas's body just slumps down to the ground.
Not me.
And there, the creature just kind of turns around as these vines begin to sort of like coil around its body as it turns to the rest of you. That's going to be initiative again.
Dang, son. Oh, cool.
20.
You're rolling high tonight.
It's also just the same as your
These
dex.
dice are good.
Yeah, your new dice are
Yeah.
good
Speed.
for trials, I'm
you,
sure.
you chose
Got
well,
7.
Mark.
Did I?
You
Yeah.
did,
Are they
yeah.
not good?
No, they're good.
No, they are
Oh,
good.
they are good. Excellent.
Yeah.
What's good?
He's rolling high.
Ah, I got a
Not so
7.
great over here.
7.
Not so.
I'm done. I'm like, after all that thing with the queen, I'm just like,
Is there any
My
bones I
arms
can
are
mash?
So
what
tight.
have I got
There are no
myself
bones.
into?
There are no bones to mash.
Dang it.
You can desecrate Tom's body, I'm sure.
Oh my god.
You're pretty messed up, Trelemar.
Juto, excuse me. Initiative.
7.
Sevon. Cam Buckland.
Whole heap of 5.
Elora.
13.
13. And Trelemar.
20.
20.
Wow.
Once again, Trelemar leaping into the fray. Your reactions come to your aid
Yep.
as you kind of barely, you can just about see what was happening. You heard sort of like Golthea speaking. You've not quite seen everything that's happened. You didn't see the example of the vine almost getting the body, but you
They
do
would have
see this
seen us-
creature.
would they have seen
yeah,
us
you've seen like
take
everybody
out
else
bow
getting
and
ready.
arrow and get ready?
What would you like to do?
Can I Eldritch Blast this mother?
Okay, so at the moment,
You need to move past
you would
us
need
first.
to try and get past these guys. So
Can I move
it's
past
basically
them
like 10,
first?
20. So you can probably kind of like come to about here.
Yeah.
As you emerge out, you can now see this creature. He seems to be a humanoid shape. His body is made of a mass of writhing vines.
Right.
It seems to move quite slowly, but it has like a very unnatural strength to it, and these vines kind of whip around like whips. Also, give me a perception check as you emerge from there as well.
16.
16. The other thing, as you come out, you notice there is a column just behind you near the original entrance. It's covered in thick foliage, branches, again these thorny kind of vines. You see another one of the creatures, you faced one of them before, emerge from it.
Crap.
This one, long needles coming out of its hands like
Well, we know what to do
nails.
with them.
And it starts emerging out.
The shit out of
Hit the
them.
source of the vines.
No, that's not.
No, that was mine, John.
What? So you're going to Eldritch Blast this
Oh.
guy.
Your choice.
It's your choice, yeah. You kind of, as you stumble out, you're about to blast it when you notice this thing coming up behind you.
I can't move anymore, can I?
You've used all your movement now, yes, because it was 10, 20. You can move like 1 square effectively, so you can
right.
like come here or right here.
That's no good. I was gonna.
Instead of attacking, you could move, so you don't have to. You could move instead of attacking.
Well, I was gonna try and, if the one with the whips,
Mhm.
if I was gonna try and sort of like move out of the way so that that one could like whip the other one accidentally. Could I do that? Or is that a bit too?
So what, as in like moving like sort of here?
Yeah.
trying to get it to attack this one.
Attack that one.
You could try.
Yeah, go
But
on.
it
let's
would
try
be
and do-
it would be the rest of your movement to kind of like dash over here effectively.
Yeah, that's fine.
And try and kind of lure between them. So he's kind of, you watch as Trelemar darts to the sideways, kind of like looking behind him. Because he spotted it, he calls like you two notice this other creature behind. You're a bit too far back to see what he was looking at, but the other two do. And you do that. Bonus action, I don't think you can do anything on your bonus actions because none of your spells are bonus actions. So, this creature, it sees you dashing out, and it kind of like holds out its hand, and all these needles fire out of its hand towards you.
Nice.
You can tell when Mark's happy.
20 to
Yeah.
AC, I'm guessing that hits you, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Shield top middle.
Oof. That is 8 points of damage.
Holy shit! I've only got 6.
So you are currently on -2.
Holy crap!
These-
Wait, now can I use my
Potion.
hellish rebuke?
Now, what does it say on it? Does it say is it immediate? I think it's a reaction to being hit, isn't it?
One
does-
reaction. Instantaneous.
Okay, so you can activate. You'll still fall unconscious.
Yeah.
But just before you do, you like turn around and you're like, "Rah!" and you kind of fire at it. Basically, you
Okay.
can do that if you'd like to.
Yeah, go
Right.
on then.
So read out what it does. Does it have to make a saving throw, or do you make an attack?
You point your finger and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by flames. The creature must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
It takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful.
So if I fail the save, it takes 2d10 fire damage. If it passes the save, it takes half that damage. Luckily for you, this creature is actually vulnerable to fire, so it takes double damage.
Get hit more.
effectively. It takes
Good
half
idea.
more damage. So it's a dexterity saving throw. I rolled a natural 1. So Trelemar, these needles fly in, and you feel one right into the back, but you turn around, and in rage, you're just like, and these flames just erupt around the creature. So you roll 2d10. So a D10 is
this one.
that's a D12. It's the one that looks very that one.
That one.
Yep.
This one.
Yeah, that one. The other one is a D100. You can use it as a D10 as well.
Do you
But
want
yeah,
one of
roll that
mine?
one twice. Oh, there you go. Look.
Okay.
Ah, isn't that lovely?
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
3.
3, but it deals
Takes
double
double
damage
damage.
because
Okay.
it's vulnerable to fire. You can basically you did 3, so it does 6.
Yeah.
You turn around, flame engulfs, and you hear it doesn't scream, it doesn't make any noise, but it flails, it's desperately trying to put itself out. It looks quite badly damaged, but it isn't knocked out. Unfortunately, the pain overcomes you, and you're like, and you fall down. You fall to the ground. That was so. Elora, it is your go.
No pressure.
Fire arrows.
Yeah, I'm thinking the one that just took down Trelemar.
Mhm.
I want to shoot him with my arrows.
Okay,
I
so
wanna
with the
get
bow
too
and arrow
much
that you've
closer.
knocked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can
Yeah,
I
I will
do
say
that?
that you can see as well because you're just on the edge, just
Am I
behind
good
camp.
there?
Yep.
Can I shoot the arrow and then like just keep tucked in a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh wait. What?
Which will
yeah.
give you, which I'll say will give you a bit of cover.
So 18 to hit.
18 hits it. Yep.
And what damage am I for that?
Is it a short bow?
Short bow,
D6
D6
plus Dex mod.
2.
Nope.
No.
D8.
The cube.
D6 square one. Square one. Cube.
Shut up.
The cube.
So 6 damage.
6 damage.
Nice.
You take aim. You sight down the bow as your father taught you. You remember like his lessons of teaching you to hunt game. You lead it ever so slightly where you think the creature's going to be. The bowstring whips past your face. The arrow flies down. It smashes into the creature's head. You didn't really have any other targets to aim for, but as it hits, it splits the wood that formed its face, and it just clatters to the ground effectively by the branches.
Nice.
Shattering. That was your action.
Got
You
it.
can still move if you like.
Can I move over to Trelemar
Mhm.
And would it be a bonus action to take a potion from him and give it to him?
Ooh, he does have a potion on
He
him.
does.
Yes,
So can I
will.
take it out and
Yes,
give
I
him
would
the
say as a
potion?
bonus action. Yeah, you can do that.
So I'd like to do that.
Yep, I will roll.
Thank you.
Here you go.
So this is where my rolling is really shit, of course, because I'm helping you. So the way that healing works is when you're on. So even if you go to negatives, if
Yep.
you are healed, you always start from 0 and upwards. So you gain 5 hit points, so you're back on 5.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you feel this liquid just pour down you, and it's just like you breathe in suddenly, and you see Alora, her kind of lilac hair flowing around her shoulders as she's pouring this into your mouth. You choke for a moment, but you're conscious and awake as you look up, and you're like, and you feel there. Make sure you mark off your potion that you had.
Yeah, thoughts about that,
You
but
might be on your second sheet.
thought you might
Wasted
like
one
to
on
live.
you.
I remember you did
Wasted
too.
one on you earlier.
Hey,
did.
I'm not wasted.
Yeah,
That
wasted,
was Elora's
considering
go.
what you
Mr. Desecratey Graves.
Juto.
Hello.
So you've seen Elora go, Trelamar, and then literally run over. The rest of it you haven't really seen
I'm still
exactly
kind of
what's
in the
happening.
way.
You are in the way.
More
going
roll
on?
You can
running.
move past him.
I'm going to run into the room
Yep.
and shove Cam out of the way.
Nice.
Rudely.
Ugh.
I have no time for this.
20.
Just a
Yep.
blur of red rose.
So you can get to this guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's have a pop.
So you see this vine creature and you run towards it. Guandao.
I've got quite a bit of speed on me now, so
Yep.
I'm gonna leap into the air and bring my Guandao down.
Bring it down. Yep. So make an
There's the
attack roll.
D20.
Chop
Yep.
that tree.
And then on your attacks you should have your one. Oh dear.
Wait, what do I add to it?
You
again?
add your +5.
+5.
8.
8 that. Unfortunately, as you bring it down, the creature, although seems slow, the vines that make it up seem really thick, and you didn't expect so much resistance. So as you strike, you didn't put as much force as you felt you needed to, trying to go for more of an accurate attack. And it just kind of beds in, but then it just kind of shrugs it out of its shoulder. As a bonus action, you can do unarmed strikes.
Yeah, we fixed that now, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
thank you
it's
to the
not
guys
a-
who pointed that out to me. You cannot make even with monk weapons, you can't use those for your martial arts or key strike bonus attacks. It has to be unarmed strikes. So thank you for that, guys. So yeah, you can like lash out with kicks and punches.
Punch that sucker.
Yeah, I might as well go for a follow-up kick.
Yep, you might as well because you've got that bonus action to use.
For God, why have you given me such terrible dice?
I didn't mean to.
I was
So
rolling
weighted.
amazingly last week,
I'm
and
sorry.
this week it's all like 4.
Matt got the good ones.
Yeah,
Blah blah blah.
I did well.
Yeah.
Otherwise
9.
you'd get shot in the back.
Unfortunately, again, you kind of lash out with a kick, but where you thought like you're trying to strike it like a human. So you aim for like an organ, but it's just vines. It just kind of your foot kind of gets wrapped up. You yank it free, but unfortunately,
What you doing over there? Huh?
do not strike. And in fact, as you strike into it, it tries to wrap its vines around you, but not before.
Something's happening.
Oh no, that's
It's
an
gonna be
action.
bad.
Yeah, it's just going to try and enwrap you with its vines.
Oh, not again.
9 versus AC.
What?
Nope.
No,
No.
doesn't go.
So as it wraps these vines around you, you quickly back out of the way, and it seems to like stumble a little bit forwards towards you, unable to make anything connect.
Good.
It then raises its hand, and around you three, along the floor, there's all sorts of like moss and sort of like grassland. Like it seemed like quite thin, but as it reaches out its hand, you hear muttering under its breath some sort of ancient elvish magic, and all this vines and stuff reaches up. So I'm gonna get me a little. So in that area there,
Nice.
vines and grass all kind of reach up and they wrap around your legs and your arms. You're still prone on the floor as it wraps around you, and you are currently restrained. And it is difficult terrain. So if you want to escape it, you have to try and break free, as these things are like literally trying to pin
Is
you on
it
the
a
ground.
save roll or is it?
It's on your
just,
turn. You must make a strength saving throw or
Oh,
to
shit.
break free.
I'm
Oh no,
really
sorry.
not
Right
strong.
now, you guys make
Oh,
sorry.
right now?
Make a strength saving throw. So roll a d20, and then there is on your first column at the top, Matt, in the
Oh, yeah.
that second box. Yeah,
12.
12.
12.
12. That is just enough.
Ah!
Wait.
Literally, you feel it, and you're like, ah, and you rip the
Everybody's
the
one
vines
strength.
free, and you're desperately trying to keep these vines from ensorcing you. The area is still difficult terrain, so it costs extra movement to move through,
Okay.
but you are no longer restrained.
Okay.
Cool. So that was its go. Cam Buckland.
Make it a good one.
I've got more daggers
Don't
on me.
fuck it up.
Mhm.
this time.
One's, I assume, by the altar somewhere, right?
Don't forget you can do 2 weapon fighting as well with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dagger. So as a
I've got
bonus
5
action,
on me.
Yep.
So
You've thrown 1. You threw 1 at Golthea.
I've thrown 1, so I've got 4. So I'm going to move north towards you. And then
Next to it or
Nope.
still here?
Oh, no. I'm going to throw from there, to
Okay.
the side of its face.
Okay.
Hey, shithead! 21.
Hits first. Is this? Are you going to throw 2?
Can I do both?
Yeah, you can. You throw 1, and then as a bonus action,
Yep.
you can throw another one with your second one.
Natural 1.
So the first one, oh fucking, and then you're not because as a knife thrower, you kind of like used to do it as a trick where you throw both, but
I was
you're always
really good
aiming
at
at
it.
like stationary targets. This is the first time you've tried to do it whilst in a fight,
Right.
and you just kind of and you just panic and it just fumbles out your hand. But the first
Pretty
one,
scary.
first one hits, first one strikes it,
So I shall do the damage on that, which is just a d4
plus your dex mod.
plus 2, which is a total of 3.
3. You seem to cut away at some of the branches.
Better than nothing!
It literally it pierces through. It reacts and it kind of seems to turn in its surprise, but it doesn't. It's not in pain, let's say. So that was that.
Okay.
So Trelemar, back up to the top with you. You're on the ground, so it is your movement to stand up. So you're currently prone, but you can still attack from the ground if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can do range stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Do you want to stand up?
No, I'll stay where I am.
Okay.
Are you
I'm gonna.
Does he get disadvantage if he attacks when he's prone?
Yeah.
Not for ranged attacks.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So
But
you can stay
melee,
down.
melee attacks have advantage against him while he's prone.
Yeah, so he'd have a.
Prone's creature's only movement option is to crawl unless it stands up. The creature has okay, you do have a disadvantage on attack rolls. So.
I'm gonna stand up.
Yeah, and an attack roll against the creature has an advantage if it's within 5 feet. So ranged attacks against you have a disadvantage, but you have disadvantage as well. So you stand up. That's your movement.
Yeah. Ooh.
Blasty or pew pew.
Isn't it
Pew
half?
pew, I think. I'm
pew.
gonna,
Go with the
I'm gonna
crossbow?
crossbow, yeah.
Ooh.
So Trelemar pulls out from like a holster, like a back holster on his pocket,
Well,
an
hello.
elegant-looking black hand crossbow. You sight down it. It's a D20 plus your hand
Black
crossbow.
crossbow. Badass.
Where
Oh, I
would
can't remember in the
my
picture. It might be
looking for?
brown.
hand crossbow.
So on your middle
So
column.
here.
Oh yeah, plus
So-
one.
So plus 5.
Come on.
Oh, 25.
Natural 20.
It's a natural
Natural
20.
20.
That's a critical hit. So what you do with this
Oh,
is
nice.
when you roll the dice part of the damage, you double that,
Okay.
and then you add the modifier afterwards. For those of you who are watching and are like, that's not how you do it, this is a homebrew rule. I don't like rolling 2 dice. I just prefer doubling the first one. It's a bit quicker.
There you go.
So yeah, so you hit. So what's the damage on your hand crossbow? It will say on that column, on that middle bit.
It is
D4 plus 3. So
Okay,
need
so you get a
D4.
D4, which is the little pyramid. So you roll that, and you double that.
So
Where am I looking?
that's
It's
one.
on the top.
Okay, 1.
So 1, so it becomes 2, and then you add the, is it 3 you have, plus 3?
Yeah, plus
Yeah.
3.
So that's
5.
5. So the bolt strikes the creature, and you can see it would have like embedded in its head, but being a creature made of plants, it's not as effective as if it had been a human thing. The bolt just kind of sticks there, and it's like turns around, but it does seem to disorientate it, and it kind of swerves around. So that was your attack. The other creature is destroyed. Elora, you'll go.
Can I see if has it got like some vines that are bigger than others that look like it could be the main?
No, it's not
No,
like the
not
zombies
like
where they
those.
had some central thing which was
Okay.
doing it. This thing is just a mass of crawling vines all over it. All seem
Okay.
very similar.
I want to shoot it in the throat.
Okay,
6.
Hey, that's an 18.
that is a hit. The arrow strikes true.
Monitoring stats.
So 3 damage.
You're chipping away at it. All these arrows are like cutting away parts of the vines. Don't forget you've thrown 2 daggers, so you can mark those off as well. Yeah, you're cutting away at the vines, but it's so thick. It's just a mass of these things, and you're just cutting away 1 or 2 at a time, and you don't seem to be making much headway. Juto.
Can I move?
Oh yes, sorry, yes.
Can I move just sort of further that way?
So it's
out of the difficult.
10.
That,
15, yep.
That's fine.
Yep. So you kind of get out of these massive crawling vines. You're stood next to the creature. It's like trying to. Its arms are like made. It's trying to wrap you up in them. It's like trying to literally grab you.
Does it look like it's visibly hurting? Like after this?
You're
kind of
definitely
grab?
having an effect on it. Like all these arrows are chipping away at it, but it just seems to be absorbing a lot of the damage. It seems to be quite tough.
Can I light a torch
Uh-huh.
and attack with the torch? So almost like, in the same style as my Guandao, but like swinging it around to like.
So
attack.
yeah, I'd say that as a bonus action, you'd have to drop your Guandao, like literally just drop it. You pull a torch from your pack, or maybe even like Cam throws you one or something like that, like to quickly get access to it. As a tiefling, maybe you kind of like you focus. It ignites on its own, and then you start using it. It is a impromptu weapon, so I will have like slight penalty. I'll add a penalty in my head because you're trying to fight with a weapon that's not meant to be used. Yeah. But I will say you can do it, and you can treat it because it's a club. You can treat it as a monk weapon as well. So
human,
so use
torch
the
me,
and then it ignites as you close your eyes for a moment, and yeah, treat it as an unarmed strike for now.
Okay, so roll that.
Yep, d20 plus your attack bonus.
That's
17,
better.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Okay, 22. That's even with the using an improvised weapon, you still strike into it. It recoils from the flames. So what's your damage on your unarmed strikes? Is it a D4?
Yeah,
D4 plus 3.
Okay, so roll that, and then after you've done that, you're going to roll another D6 of fire damage.
Ooh, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And then another one.
So how much damage was just from the D4 plus, what was it?
3.
3.
3, so that's 7. And then roll a D6, which is the cube.
It's the normal one.
Normal one, and then double, and then this is fire damage, so you're going to double it.
4.
4 more.
Nice.
The flame ignites the creature, and it's desperately trying to put itself out. It's still standing, but you tear away chunks of the vines, and you can now see it's dangerously close to falling apart. In its last-ditch effort, it tries to grab you once more. Oh, did you want to do your bonus action, by the way? You still got your unarmed strike as a bonus action.
I would like to strike once more.
Sure.
For the hell of it.
Go ahead. You reckon that this thing, if you hit, you might be able to finish this thing off. So this is just like with a kick or an elbow or something.
Use your key energy.
5, 10.
10, just not enough. Like, it's on fire and flailing around, and you just mistime the kick as it sweeps past it. It then launches around, trying to wrap these vines around you.
Bollocks.
13 to hit.
14 armor class.
Misses you. You literally leap out of the way again.
Pretty good armor
as
for
it flies
having
around.
no armor.
Cam Buckland.
Hi.
You can see this thing, it looks like it's on fire, large chunks of it are falling apart. Looks like Juto's attacks managed to strike a pretty deadly blow to it.
You guys got this covered. I'm just going to walk around and look for my daggers. And kind
Get
of
back here!
pick them up.
Okay, yep, you recover your ammunition. The one that was, Nick, you have to walk past this creature to get 2 of them.
All right, on the
Can
way.
you not just give him
So
a
you can
kick
pick
or
up one.
something?
On the way, I'm going to get a dagger out my boot and
Yep.
try and do a melee up close.
Okay, yep.
Fine.
So you just like,
It went down my leg.
that was going to look a bit awkward, I think.
Where is it?
Don't know, you've lost it to time and
Oh.
Let's
space.
use the other one.
I'll roll the other one for now.
That's why you have spare dice, folks.
14.
That hits.
Does it?
Yep.
Well,
You literally
bloody hell.
plant the dagger
Oh.
firmly in it.
That is a 6.
How do you want to kill it?
I'm going to stab it in the crotch.
Where its crotch would have been.
I just nonchalantly, because I was going for my daggers in
Yeah.
the first place, and I see it on fire, and I'm looking at Jing, and she's like eyeing me up to try and freaking finish this shit, and I'm like, ugh, Jing, right in the crotch.
You bit it, but you just, as you pull away, you obviously cut like some sort of vine that was keeping a lot of it together.
Oh.
And the creature just collapses into a pile, slightly burning. The fire slowly dies out, but it just collapses in a pile of blackened vines.
Campfire.
Okay, cool.
The source of its power is the dick. Figured out.
You guys are out of initiative.
And
Sweet.
dice. Where did
Are
his
you
dice
feeling
go?
okay now? You
I
had a
am,
little
I'm,
moment there.
I'm all right. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you for administering
That's
the potion.
fine. Right.
I'm kind of hurt. I'm not going to lie. Have you got any more of the
No,
few
it's-
drops
it's-
left of the...
It's gone.
I mean, just asking. I think we should really,
We
you
need
know...
to follow them and stop whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Can I go up to the door that
Yep.
they went through and try and druidcraft the same way that Renwyn did to try and get through it?
Give me a knowledge nature check.
Blah, blah, blah.
Isn't that good?
15.
15. You spend a bit of time. There is elvish symbols on the door.
Find
You
it.
look at them and you're like,
Watch out!
watch out! Oh, falling. Collapse! I knew it was gonna happen. It was gonna happen at some point.
Stop wrecking the set!
Stop wrecking it,
Sorry.
Trott. You're ruining
You're
it.
ruining my immersion!
It's really not going to stay up.
You're gonna have
You're
to.
going to have to get up and properly sort that.
Yeah.
I've done it. All good.
No.
Yeah, that's gonna fall
That's
again.
gonna fall again.
You might, yeah, just do it now while I'm explaining this stuff. So you
Yeah.
reach up and you're pretty sure that there is probably a network of plants within it, vines and things like that, which act like a
Okay.
locking mechanism. And you kind of wave your hand, and with Druidcraft, you manage to uncurl them, and the stone door begins to rotate and move to the side.
It's all fine. It's fine.
Let's just stop talking about all the nice immersive stuff when
It's
it's
fine.
being a tool.
Kim, can you just those tapes on the side? Do you want to just pop those down? It will help a little bit.
Professional stream.
Professional stream.
I'm sure Critical Role had these issues when they started.
Yeah. Everyone.
No.
Good old green screen.
They didn't
You
have
mean
green
we
screen.
weren't in a grey area with
We
our
weren't with beautiful
characters
artwork on the background.
painted behind us?
Sorry about this, guys. We'll
Immersion.
get there. Blame Trott.
Blame Trott.
Everybody blame Trott.
I
So
always move the wrong way.
Yeah, I know.
the door. So it begins to rotate,
Uh-huh.
and you hear the stone grinding as the stone rolls round. And for the first time, you can see beyond it is a staircase that seems to lead downwards. It leads down about 10 feet, and then it enters into a larger room. Because of the downward slope, you can't see what's in the room until you actually begin heading down the stairs. What you can hear is strange, almost like a rhythmic
Dying.
beating. Like, like something knocking on wood very loudly.
They're doing something down there, and we should go down there right now.
Remember, we need to interrupt the ritual before
We
the
need to
Queen can
interrupt
help
it.
us.
Go.
Okay.
Go, and I'm jogging on the spot. Let's do this.
I'm just looking
Go!
at you despairingly.
Can I take a torch out to light the staircase?
I've still got my torch
still got
that I
one?
was.
You've got currently torch. I'm guessing you pick up the
Right,
one
okay.
now. You've got like some sort of back sheath that you can put it in.
They
or
look pretty
something like
effective
that.
against the.
Fire, guys.
Okay,
Fire.
so you've
We
got
kill
one
them
torch.
with
So you've got-
fire.
You've got a torch. Are you
Oh.
having one?
Sure.
So that means you won't be able to use your bow
No.
or your
I
quarterstaff
will
in two
not
hands.
have one.
You can use your quarterstaff in one hand.
No, but I'd rather use it in two hands if I had the option because my strength is abysmal.
Okay. Well,
So
if you
I-
druidcraft, if you use shillelagh, it won't matter anyway, because you can use your wisdom, so it won't matter. You still do damage.
Even with one hand.
So with shillelagh, you can still use it. So, and you're going to descend. Everybody descending down the stairs.
I'll take
Gotta
it
go
to
that
the
way.
area.
I'd like to point out there was a trap earlier on the other stairs.
Oh yeah, can we
Ooh.
perception check?
You can.
Or check for traps? Is
Yep,
that
perception or investigation. Anybody can make that check.
16.
I also help them by lighting,
22.
casting light on my Duracell dagger.
Yep.
14.
You pick up the rest of your daggers.
Yeah,
that go
yeah.
through.
22.
22,
5.
5,
14.
14. You have a quick look. There doesn't seem to be anything that would indicate that there would be any traps here. Like
Okay.
you look around, the door seems to be its main security mechanism. Only people that had druidic magic would, or some sort of natural magic would be able to open it. And you begin to make. So can I have a order, please? So Laura is probably at the front because she just opened it. What is the rest? Like I need an order. So it's wide enough for 2 people to go down at a time.
I'll go down behind Alora.
So behind Laura. Okay.
I'll go next to Alora.
So you're next,
Yeah.
and then
Well,
Cam
I'll go
behind.
yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Ugh, you again.
Hey, look at my dagger. I can make it light up.
I'm just like.
Oh,
looking
there's
at
a
you.
fucking big tree, guys.
It's called Duracell. Whoa.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh, fire! Lots of fire. Fire.
So as you guys reach the bottom of the stairs, you see before you.
We should sneak.
If you'd like to make stealth checks, you can make stealth checks.
I'm also going to, as my blessing of the trickster.
Don't have that yet, Trott.
Blessing of the trickster.
You don't have that.
I can cast. I can add a stealth.
Do you
check.
have it now?
Yeah.
I thought you didn't have it until second level.
Let me confirm that with
Oh,
the D&D
boy.
player handbook. I'm pretty sure I have it.
Are the rest of you?
Oh,
Would the
God.
rest of you like to sneak down, or are you
Yeah.
just walking down
Sure.
normally? So stealth checks.
This will go great.
10.
Starting it.
Natural
which is
20.
Domain of first level.
10.
Yep.
So we have a 10, 10, 20, just natural
natural
20,
20.
with any bonuses. Like
More than
it's
that.
worth knowing.
22.
22. Cam.
Boom. Blessing of the Trickster.
So you do have it. At first
Yeah.
level. I don't think you can use it on yourself though.
Boom. Oh. Boom. I touch Trelamar's.
Roll again
Back.
because you get advantage for your stealth check.
Okay.
Because as Cam touches you, like you feel.
Don't be weirded
Natu-
out by this.
Yeah, it's almost like
Get your hands off me, you
You feel
filthy
lucky.
human.
Good for you.
Where is your hand?
On his
Roll
shoulder.
I hope they're clean.
Yeah, no,
More.
they're the almost
The
better.
other one higher.
Yeah.
I
So you
tried.
get
I
10.
tried.
Cam stealth check.
That is a 15.
15. So, as you guys make your way down, creeping along, you do move slower as you're going stealthily, but you're just trying to keep quiet. The first things you notice is the room opens up into a large circular chamber, like the other ones that you saw before. A number of pillars are around each room, each beautifully carved with different sort of elven symbols, analogies to elven worship and the dead and things like that. The mist is thickest here, so the mist that had been prelaying across the floor of the rest of the chambers now almost rises up to your knees. Very thick mist. Kind of almost coils around your legs like little grasping vines. The first thing that you notice, however, is the enormous black wood tree erupting from the stone sarcophagus in the middle of the room. It splinters the stone as this tree has obviously grown upwards and outwards and has sprouted roots along it. Its wood is polished black, and there are these tiny crimson buds of flowers just beginning to bloom across it. The room feels muggy and thick. There's almost like you can hear this wooden pounding, this beat almost like a heart, but it's not like a sound out loud, it's almost like it's in your head. And you can feel like a wave, like a pulse, like boom, boom, and it's emanating from this tree.
Does this sound like a siren?
Yes, no.
Yeah.
It actually sounds like a beating, but
I've
maybe
got
that there is
tinnitus.
an ethereal noise that sounds a bit like a siren
Eerie.
going on. As you kind of move down, you hear Golthea muttering in some horrible ancient language, just just horrible rasping noises, and you can just hear, well, almost not quite sobbing, but just like noises of regret, sort of like no. Like just this horrible kind of regretful sound coming from Renwyn, who's next to her.
I'm gonna whisper to the group, saying, "I think we should all get torches out and just throw them at the tree
I was gonna do that. Yeah.
on the count of 3."
No, I think we need to interrupt her speech.
Do you want me to be a goblin again?
Someone throw it at the tree. Someone throw it at her. Burn everything.
2 of us aim at the tree.
As you guys are whispering, Golthea's head snaps
that's-
and she turns around. She's, Renwyn, deal with them! And she just literally shoves her hand towards you. Almost instantly, without any hesitation, he stands up and turns around. You can see in his hand is a long sort of wooden club. You notice that he casts Shillelagh on it as he turns towards you.
You don't have to do this, Renwyn.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Talk him down.
Okay.
You don't understand. It's the only way. It's the only way to save
not.
this corruption.
Renwyn, this is not the only way.
She's lied
Please
to you.
listen to me. This is not the only way. We've spoken to the Queen. She's lying to you.
No, she's part of nature.
No, she's not. We're part of nature. Use your power for good. Come
Give
on,
me-
you know in your head that she is lying to you.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
19, 21.
Oh, that's pretty good. He kind of like, his head almost seems to clear, and he's like, something. What did she? And he turns around. He's like, you should run now. This thing. He just turns around, and you can see he literally raises up his shillelagh. He strikes Golthea along the back of her head. She like, ah! She turns around. She looks at him, and she's just like, you've served your purpose anyway, human.
No.
Straight through into his like chest. You can see him like, ugh! But then he grips onto her and shoves her like with him like still on her arm. She lets out a small cry as they tumble back into the tree. her body seems to start merging in with it, and she's like, "No, no, father, no! Why are you doing this?" And her body's pulled in along with Renwin's. The tree shudders, and these crimson flowers begin to bloom, and the tree lurches and begins to move.
Let's throw torches on the tree.
Right.
Initiative.
Okay.
Initiative.
2021.
So
Oh, for the love of.
7.
What?
I got a natural 1.
Makes sense.
Does it mark?
Yeah. Got too many books. Too many books. Too many books. Juto initiative.
21.
21. Cam.
I got a natural 1.
Plus bonuses. Initiative.
3.
It doesn't really matter.
3.
Elora.
16.
16. Trelemar.
7.
7. Finally, Trelemar.
Welcome to the back.
Yeah.
Welcome to the back club. Juto, you watch as this tree, the branches now seem to move like limbs. They elongate, and you can see that they can now kind of stretch the expanse of the room. You can see behind the tree there seems to be an open doorway. What was probably a secret entrance, part of the wall has been opened, and there is like a tunnel leading behind it. The tree itself stretches almost as if it was like flailing in pain, as if there was some sort of conflict going on within it. What would you like to do?
I'm going to throw my torch at the tree.
Give me a attack roll. It would be dex, so I guess you can just use arm strike because it will be the same stats.
Nice.
17, 18, 20? Is that right? 20?
Plus 5.
Oh, 21, 22.
Because you are at the back, I'm going to have to make you do it with disadvantage because it's going to be like quite a long way to try and throw a torch.
Oh, good aim.
You
Unless
have,
you move
aim is not the
first.
problem. It's literally you're currently trying to throw a wooden torch 20 feet.
Do another 17.
Pretty buff.
Yeah, no, and that's why you can do it. It's just you have disadvantage because it's quite hard.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Yes, the torch sails through the air and embeds itself into the branches. So just roll me just the fire damage on this one because the actual impact isn't going to be enough. So just the d6, but it will take extra damage.
2.
So 4. Part of the tree starts to alight, and you can see it shudder as if it, as if it was in pain. Just trying to shake free of the fire, which is now slowly starting to creep up and burn along it. Would you like to move?
Yeah, I'll move behind one of those pillars.
So like
so like there, yeah.
So you leap over, you kind of push Elora out the way, leap through the gap, and then move round, your tail whipping behind you as you literally dart behind this pillar. Elora.
Could I do any kind of a nature check to try and
to
try and determine what's wrong with it, or
Yep.
if there was any way
It's
that
on
I
fire.
could.
That's pretty wrong.
No, I mean like its internal sort
Yep,
of.
you can make a nature
thing.
check.
12.
12. There was clearly whatever ritual that she was doing was to try and either awaken it and make it something, or to draw some power from it or something. Something has obviously gone wrong as Renwin pushed her back, and there now is probably some sort of conflict with the ritual. Something's gone wrong, but this thing does not look friendly. You think it's quite dangerous.
Okay.
Summon the queen.
Yeah, can I shout?
What would you shout? What are you shouting?
As my bonus. Is that a bonus action?
Oh, it's a free action.
just
If
a
you're just
free-
shouting
yeah.
like something basic, yeah.
What was her name?
Ayandris.
Ayandris. Ayandris now would be
Queen
a great time. Please.
You shout that, yeah.
And then I want to cast Shillelagh on my staff.
That's a bonus action, so yeah.
Can I... So I haven't used my movement yet.
No.
No.
Nope.
So do I have enough movement to go up to it, smack it, and then go behind a pillar?
You can't, so you'd be 15. You would, but again, it will get a free attack opportunity as
Oh,
you try and
shit.
move away from it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to do that.
No.
I'm going to duck behind I'm going to shoot it and then duck behind a pillar instead.
Okay, so make an attack roll with your bow. Although you do currently have a torch in your hand,
Throw the torch.
and it would be a bonus action to draw out your bow to actually get the bow out and knock an arrow.
But I wouldn't be using my bonus action for Shillelagh, so that would be fine.
Okay.
Right?
Yep, you can do that. So you just drop the torch, you pull out the bow, knock an arrow. Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm gonna guess that's a miss. From your from that expression. The arrow, you in the haste of you trying to draw out the bow and knock the arrow, you don't focus enough and the arrow shoots wide. It bounces against one of the stone pillars behind it.
Can I go behind the pillar opposite to the one that Juto was like? Yeah.
So you move over there.
Thank
Great.
you.
So that was Elora. The tree shudders. And since it strikes out, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. The pillar that you're currently hiding behind, one of the tree's branches just smashes through the pillar, causing it to tumble down. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. So it's a d20 roll, and then on the top column, you can see there, you've got a dexterity. So
Plus 5.
Plus 5.
12.
12. So,
Why are you singing Thomas the Tank
I
Engine?
don't know.
That's really bizarre.
As the tree branch smashes through the stone column, it's beautifully decorated. The rocks tumble down. You desperately try and leap out the way, but one of the rocks crushes your leg. You take 6 points of damage as this large, huge
Ouchies.
point of stone just smashes down against it, causing the pillar now creates loads of broken rubble.
Oh, welcome to my world.
Tis but a
Pain.
scratch.
No.
Yeah, you almost dived out of the way, but just at the last second, this rock just crushes onto your leg. The tree then seems to struggle again, like as if some sort of fight is going on within it. It is now. What's trees go? Trellimar's go.
Hello.
Hello.
Can I move closer to Mr. Tree?
How close? Next to it?
Within 10 feet of Mr.
Yep.
Tree.
So that's there.
And then can I cast Arms of Hadar?
So,
That.
you had already, because you cast your Hellish Rebuke, that was
Yeah.
your spell slot for today, you'd need to take a short rest before
That's
you get
right.
that back.
You
can Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, I'll blast this.
Okay, so make your Eldritch Blast attack. So it's a d20 plus your spell attack, which I believe is 6. I probably shouldn't tell you that, so you can learn to look it up. So on your list of attacks, so on that column middle sheet, so
That's spell
yeah.
attack bonus.
so spell attack, so it's plus 6.
16 plus 6.
Easily hits. The tree's not very hard to miss. It's just quite tough.
Although I still did.
Yeah, but yeah, you summon the purple energy, throw it out of your hand. So it's a d10 point of damage. So it's that one.
Yep.
Hey, see,
Getting it now.
getting it.
Do I have any bonuses for this, or is it just...
Just at the moment,
Was
it's
it
just a
you
d10.
don't?
When you level up, you can actually get something, which means you can
Okay.
add your charisma modifier to it. But for now, it's just a
Um,
d10.
Need a good one. 2? For God's sake!
He's nerfed us. He has nerfed us.
The energy just splashes against the wood. It scores part of it, tearing chunks of bark away, but it still is there. You've moved. That was your thing. So then it is Cam Buckland's go.
You dropped your torch right in
Yeah.
front of me.
Mhm.
I'm going to pick that up and just lob it at the tree.
Okay, so use it as if it was throwing a dagger, but disadvantage with the range.
This is yours.
Dirty.
7.
It just lands too short. It
Oh,
lands
fuck.
just in front of Trellimar, almost setting Trellimar on fire.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
out of the way.
Sorry.
This torch just like, whoa!
Careful where you're throwing
tiny
things.
We're really clumsy today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was your action.
I'm also going to shout. We shouldn't get too close to the tree because Renwyn told us not to. Told us to run away.
Okay, that's your go.
Should we move
Um,
to that door?
Through the wall,
Hey!
comes in, it swoops through, and it moves through the tree.
Ooh.
Actually, yeah, it kind of swoops through. She turns and she's just like, there is an innocent life fighting within it. It is
Right.
difficult to harm the Dryad spirit.
He's dead, I think.
He still lives within it currently.
He's gonna die.
That's her go. Juto.
Oh, what can we do to get him
There's
out?
nothing we can
Try him out.
screw if I'm gonna die.
It's like CP Hollow.
What would you like to do, Juto?
I'm going to run at the tree
Okay.
and try and get absorbed into it
Okay.
Oh my
Interesting.
god.
so I can save Renwyn.
Okay.
Jing, what you
Jesus.
doing?
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
This is gonna be so bad.
+1.
Come on.
14.
Okay. You run up to the tree, and where you saw them get merged in before, you plunge yourself in. You can't quite fully get in, but you manage to peer through, and your vision blurs. The world becomes a strange blur of black and green, blurry images. You can see two figures fighting, one female, one male. They seem to be struggling, locked almost like in a grapple, in an embrace, tearing away at each other, trying to be the one who breaks. You reach in, and what would you like to do? You think that you can probably strike one of them, or you could try and grab one.
So the risk here is I grab Renwyn and pull him out, which leaves the tree to be attacked by the queen. Or I could attack the dryad so that Renwyn...
What would you like to do? You've got to think about it. You've got to decide that on your own.
Okay.
So it's currently all in your head. This is all happening.
I'm going to attack the dryad.
Okay, give me an unarmed strike. And you may make a bonus action unarmed strike as well.
18.
That's a hit.
Okay. And do I need to roll a attack dice?
Yeah, so roll damage. So whatever your unarmed strike damage is.
D4 +3.
D4 plus 3.
5.
Okay, and then you can make a bonus action attack.
11.
8, 9, 10, 11.
That's actually enough.
5, 6, 7.
Nice.
Okay. Pow pow. Right, you leap out and you kind of got half of your body in. You strike out at this female figure, and you can see the hateful face of Golthea suddenly sharpen in your mind. She's like, foolish creature, be gone. This is my realm. And she tries to fight you back, but you lash out again with your hands, flailing away. You almost feel like you're not really striking with physical fists, but with actually an extension of your willpower. You can see her get knocked back. And she loses her grip on the male that she's fighting with, and suddenly the face of Renwyn, he's just like, you must go. I will stay here. Like, I must keep her at bay. If she controls the tree, we are done for. Like, please, I must make up for my mistakes. Those innocent lives are mine. Please let me do this. And he's just like, he tries to shove you back. I need you to, if you want to oppose him, it's a wisdom saving throw. You don't have to though.
I'm gonna try and pull him out. No. So she's still alive.
But she's let go of him now. She's like stumbled back, and you can see her form seems distorted now slightly. Like
Can I
perhaps
not
you've disrupted her.
stay and attack her again?
You can try, yeah. Yeah.
I would like to stay and
Okay,
attack her
so
again.
that's what you're going to do. So I'm going to move Juto next to the tree, but you are kind of
In
partially.
the tree.
The rest of you can see Juto's not actually in it. Her hands are placed on it, and her face is dripping with sweat and concentration. She's like this, kind of like pressed up against it. That was Juto's go. Laura, your turn.
Touching you.
She's like touching the outside of it, like just her hands on it. But for you felt as if you went through it partially.
Yeah.
I want to, seeing what she's doing, do the same.
Okay.
I want to go up and put my hands on the tree.
Okay. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
That's a 10.
No. You go up to it and you place your hands. This thing is so unnatural and corrupted, it repulsed, like the druidic part of you just cannot bear the thought of touching this thing. It's just like, you felt death, like touching it was like touching dead bodies. It was horrible, absolutely horrible. It was a terrifying experience. Unfortunately, that was your action and your
That's
move.
fine.
So you're currently next to it.
Okay.
That was your go. The tree, unfortunately, now it seems to be lashing around. You can see that these two are like Renwyn now starts fighting. It's like he's trying to control it, but Golthia is fighting against him. Renwyn manages to get control of it. And he manages, like, the tree is about to strike you, but then it kind of, like, stops just before. But in that time, Golthia then starts striking at Renwyn. As he's trying to control it, you can see her slashing away at his body. It's not going to hit. He kind of manages to just fend her off, like he's holding out an arm which is being torn apart, and you can see, rather than blood, like green essence seems to be spilling off of him, and he's just, like, holding her back. That's go. However, the Trelemart, although the limb stops hitting against Elora, it does lash out almost chaotically, like it almost reactively, and strikes against the pillar next to you. I need you to give you a dexterity saving throw, please. As again, this one shatters, and now you can hear the ceiling start to.
18.
18. Okay. You leap out of the way as these rocks begin to. The column shatters and you can watch it. You dive for cover. You stay standing. Which way would you like to dive? This way?
To the right.
My right?
Your left.
My left, so this way.
Yeah.
So yeah, you dive over to the side. You see the green form, Queen Ayandris, next to you as these rocks shatter. You take no damage as this column smashes to the ground. Trelemart shall go.
Oh, dear.
What would you
Join
like
in
to
the
do?
tree party.
Yeah, I'll go over and touch wood.
Okay. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
It says 11 here. What does that mean?
No, it's
so
saving throws.
saving
are
throws.
after
Oh,
the
yeah,
section.
So saving throws you
Plus
responding
2.
to stuff. Yeah.
7.
7. You go up to it, and again you touch it, but there's this. You can't quite summon the willpower to like become part of it. Like, again, it's kind of repulsive. There's something completely unnatural about this thing, and you just find it hard to connect with. And again, you move up and place next to it, so you kind of move up to about here.
Tree huggers.
Cam Buckland, you watch as these three all kind of reach up and are touching this.
You guys are weird.
What do you
All
like
right.
to do?
I just walk up and
Right,
just touch
you
my index finger on it.
you would need to get up and then move around to the side here. Okay, give me a wisdom saving throw.
That is a 17.
Okay, you two watch Cam. He places his hand on it, and then
Just an index finger.
his face it changes almost. Juto, inside, you feel the presence of Cam.
I did not need you.
As he does, there is something drastically different about Cam here. His head is glowing. His hair is like golden light spilling away from him.
What?
He radiates hope and courage, and there is something intrinsically very strange. You don't know this. You just feel normal. But to you, this is not Cam Buckland as you know him. This is something else entirely.
What happened to you, human?
Well,
what
touch
what
the
would you like to
tree.
do? What are you doing?
I'm looking around,
So
seeing.
you see Golthia and Renwyn, their forms fighting desperately. Renwyn, you get the sense that he's controlling the tree at this time, but Golthia is desperately trying to regain
Do I have
control.
daggers? Like in this form?
You do. You have you kind of almost summon them into being. As he does, they're made of golden light. They are literally glowing light.
I'm just like,
There's a reason. Yeah. So you throw them. So
Yeah.
make attack rolls as normal. These do not expend your normal daggers.
18.
18. The first golden light strikes against Golthia.
That's a 6.
This one blasts against her chest. She's like, no! Father, please!
Another? 15.
Hits.
For you, my lady. 6.
How do you destroy it?
I just throw the other one
So-
at her crotch because I think that's the weak point. Right.
It hits her in the crotch and explodes in golden light.
Knew it!
Her form disintegrates, and Renwyn he kind of like, he takes a deep breath, and he's just like, thank you.
Maybe save this for out the tree.
He just looks, he just shakes his head, he's like, I cannot.
What?
The tree will continue to grow. Its seeds,
Jane, get him.
I must stay here. I need to destroy it from this place.
He seems pretty desperate to stay.
You did kill a lot of people. See ya. And I just
He's just like, he looks at you and he's like, I have to make up for what I've done.
Thank you for your wisdom and your penance.
thank you for giving me a second chance. And he just kind of like drifts out. His form disintegrates. 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 What's the thing from Harry Potter?
Disapparate.
Disapparate. That's what I was thinking of. Like, he just kind of like turns into smoke. He becomes this essence now. You feel it strangely change. You are both shunted out. They kind of open their eyes, and the tree begins to shrink and it shrivel and die as it just.
We should get back, like, out this room.
Can we run to that door?
Exit.
Door.
So that's
I
what
want to go to
Laura
the
does.
door.
The tree shunts
Guys,
to the
come
left.
on!
The tree eventually shrinks down and crumbles and decays.
How's the roof situation?
And breaks down. It seems stable for now, but you think if it had destroyed any more of the pillars, it might have started to possibly collapse, but it seems okay.
Is it okay?
It seems okay for now. And yeah, the tree eventually shrinks down to a single seed, and the seed remains.
Can I... the queen's still here.
She, in fact, actually, that's a good point. You look over, and where once was this kind of green, tattered, ragged figure, it now begins to reform, turning into a blue light. She's wearing regal robes, almost pristine, as if the day she had been as if she was in life. Her face returns to a kind of serene elven beauty, a circlet along her hair, golden hair tied in braids, and she just lets out a sigh, like a breath. At last, it's done. Thank you all.
I just bow my head to her and say thank you.
No, you have. If you had not come here, if you had not stopped this, I dread to fear what would have not only become of myself, but of these lands. This tree is an anathema of good. It is a creature of darkness, and if that dryad had completed her work, another would have sprung up somewhere else, and then another, and another, and they would have taken over these lands.
And it was down to you that broke my goblin curse and returned me to my human
Can we
form.
Give me a deception check.
20.
She's like, oh, I'm pleased.
Truly 'twas your beauty and your elfish ways that got me back.
She reaches a hand and touches your head, and she's just like, no, it is the least I can do for a hero such as yourself. She goes, you should leave this place that is not meant for the living, but for the dead. But before you go, I should give you something. And she, in her hand, there is a physical, like you can see, it's not ghostly, it's actually real, a crystal vial. She hands it to probably Cam, actually. She'll just like, actually no, she'd hand it to you. She literally reaches out. It's a small crystal vial.
Okay.
And she goes like, this is my boon. I was once known
Your
as
boo?
boon.
The hardest work in this.
She hands it to you. There you go.
Elf.
Take this.
Oof.
Racists.
I hope that it aids you. Also, she turns to you and she goes like, if you wish to take the mace from my daughter's tomb, I believe it will be safer in your hands than here to be plundered.
I think I should honor it. Because as I was cursed as a goblin,
Oh my
and when I
god.
pummeled your daughter's bones into dust and ash, I feel like I should give the mace its heroic duty.
I think that you do not
I nod,
understand
I'm
many
slowly
of the words
backing
you are
away.
saying. But very well. Yes, please take these gifts and leave this place. I will return to my rest and finally be at peace. And she kind of just.
I want to
Can
bow
I-
to her and
Can I
thank
ask
her
for a
again.
healing touch before she goes away?
Yes, sure. She reaches over you and touches you.
Ooh, can I get one of
Again,
those?
like it touches your head. Let's just say she's going to heal you all to full. I'm not gonna,
Aoe.
your hit point maximum returns to normal.
Sweet.
Her touch seems to dissipate. You are all healed to maximum. And she just seems to like, she kind of like gives you a final bow, and her form just evaporates and disappears.
Rest
I
in
want
peace,
to
Queen.
druid craft a little flower and place it on her sarcophagus.
Okay. Yep.
I'd like to take the seed that was left there.
Okay.
Eat it.
And I will return the d20 that was lost. I've just found it.
Sam's
So
put
you're
the
going
clock up,
to
don't worry.
make. Was that?
Sam's put the clock up.
Okay. How are we doing? Is it time for break? or-
6:48.
So
It's the break time.
Is it a good break time? It's been what?
Probably after
2
that
hours?
encounter, I guess.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's take a break. So you make sure you write down that you've got the seed. That's actually somewhat important.
Does it have like a specific name? Or?
For now,
I gotta shine a thing.
write Golthia's seed. Or seed of Golthia, whichever you prefer grammatically. We are going to take a break there. I have some other good news for you. You have attained enough experience to level up. So you have reached level 2. What we're going to do, guys, is I know I asked about this on Twitter. We are going to do a lot of the maths and stuff off camera during our break. When we return, we will talk through some of the changes and what's involved. I just don't want to bore people by doing like sitting there going through books and explaining how stuff works. It's just going to be better this way, but we will talk about what people have gained and what their choices were and stuff like that when we return from the break. Thanks again so much for watching. We're just going to take a quick sort of 15-minute break and then we will be back. And yeah, if you want to, check us out, make sure you tweet and share it around and stuff like that, and I hope you've been enjoying it. But yeah, we're going to take a quick break now, do some leveling up, and then we will return as the party finally venture out of this initial dungeon. So thanks very much, guys.
Tutorial engraved on the top of the dungeon.
In Elvish.
Cool. All right, guys. Catch you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
can raise your voice. Sing, sing, sing with me. Down and down into the deep. Who knows what we'll find beneath? Diamonds, rubies, gold and more, hidden in the mountain store. Born underground, suckled from a teeth of stone, raised in the dark, the safety of a mountain home. Skin made of iron, steel in our bones. To dig and dig makes us free. Come on, brother, sing with me. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a horn. Diggy, diggy horn. Diggy, diggy horn. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a horn. Diggy, diggy horn. Digging a horn. The sunlight will not reach too slow. Deep, deep in the pine. Never seen the blue moon glow. Fly so high. Fill a glass and down some meat. Stop your bellies at the feast. Stumble home and fall asleep, dreaming in our mountain deep. Born underground, grown inside a rocky womb. The earth is our cradle, the mountain shall become our tomb. Face us on the battlefield, you will meet your doom. We do not fear what lies beneath, we can never dig too deep. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a horn. Diggy, diggy horn. Diggy, diggy horn. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a horn. Diggy, diggy horn. Digging a horn. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a horn. Diggy, diggy horn. Diggy, diggy horn. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a horn. Diggy, diggy horn. Digging a horn. Born underground, suckled from a teeth of stone, raised in the dark, the safety of a mountain home. Skin made of iron, steel in our bones. To dig and dig makes us free. Come on, brother, sing with me. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a horn. Diggy, diggy horn. Diggy, diggy horn. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a horn. Diggy, diggy horn. Digging a horn. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a horn. Diggy, diggy horn. Diggy, diggy horn. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a horn. Diggy, diggy horn. Digging a horn.
Come follow me, guys. Follow me. Let's go to my house. Look, it's down
just
this way.
stole a car.
It's down.
Jumped in the cave and
I'll
stole
show
a
you where
car.
my.
I've been talking to him
I'll
about
show you where my new house
trying out
is.
for stunt ads, guys.
Ooh.
So you,
Holy fuck!
Jesus Christ, he's really keen.
I'm in.
So you're keen to do some cunning stunts with us.
Yeah, I want to be part of the stunt crew. I want to be part of the dudes. I want to be part of the stunt crew. I want to be part of the dudes. I want to be part of the stunt crew. I want to be part of the dudes. I want to be part of the stunt crew. I want to be part of the dudes.
Oh my god.
No.
You're doing a good job so far. It's gonna cost you.
Yeah.
Jump over that fucking wall. I can't go. Oh, Trott! Jesus!
Did you like that cool move?
Trott just
guys?
smashed
Can I be
right.
part of the team now?
I didn't know you were behind
Can
me.
I be part of the stunt?
I need my work
shit.
back. So yes, you've got a pretty rigorous initiation process. Just make sure you're pretty savvy and clued up, and that your body and mind is ready to be a stuntman.
I've been doing all sorts of yoga. I've been eating all sorts of yogurt. I've been reading books written by Yoda. So all the yos are covered up ready. Yoga, yogurt, Yoda. Yoga, yogurt, Yoda. Yoga, yogurt, Yoda. Yoga, yogurt, Yoda.
Which way are you at?
I'm just bringing it to my it's the impounded part of the police station, just in my car back. I just had to bow out the broken car next to a wall, jump on the car, jump over the wall, jump on the car, jump over the wall. I now got my Sand King back.
Love that score.
I've been doing all sorts of yoga. I've been eating all sorts of yogurt. I've been reading books written by Yoda. So all the yos are covered up ready. Yoga, yogurt, Yoda. Yoga, yogurt, Yoda. Yoga, yogurt, Yoda. Yoga, yogurt, Yoda. I broke my arm. I parked my car in the disabled part of the spawn. And now I'm stealing somebody else's car from the disabled part of the spawn.
You're the worst guy. You're such a mean guy.
I've been doing all sorts of yoga. I've been eating all sorts of yogurt. I've been reading books written by Yoda. So all the yos are covered up ready. I've been doing all sorts of yoga. I've been eating all sorts of yogurt. I've been reading books written by Yoda. So all the yos are covered up ready. Yoga, yogurt, Yoda. Yoga, yogurt, Yoda. Yoga, yogurt, Yoda. Yoga, yogurt, Yoda.
So initiation
Wow,
part
what
1,
this
you
game is all
successful,
about.
is park in disabled spots.
Yep.
Be
Be a
immoral.
dick.
Be immoral.
Be a douche.
Be a bad guy.
Okay, I'm
think
a
about
bad
your
guy.
actions.
What kind
Is
of
that-
what sort of bad guy? Like when you're in the
Where
supermarket,
the
what sort of
fucking-
you have to put things back
Where
in
the
one place?
fuck did my door go? Yoga, yogurt, Yoda. Yoga, yogurt, Yoda. Yoga, yogurt, Yoda. Yoga, yogurt, Yoda.
Deep underground, a young dwarf dreaming of a world he never knew. He looked above the trees and mountain heights and saw a moon so blue. They told him dwarves could never fly so high. They laughed and said he failed if he tried. He left his home and his life behind, his dream burning like a rocket inside. So strap yourself into mountain heights and saw a moon so blue. They told him dwarves can never fly so high. They laughed and said he'd fail if he tried. He left his home and his life behind. His dream burning like a rocket inside. So strap yourself into the rocket now, rocket now. Watch as the countdown seconds tick by. Hope and pray that you'll make it now, make it now. You'll never know if you don't try. Strap yourself into the rocket now, rocket now. You got your friends right by your side. Oh, final checks, then you close your eyes. You dream about it like a rocket inside. You dream about it like a rocket. You dream about it like a rocket inside.
People of Datloff, raise your voices for the national anthem. God bless Datloff, our proud and sovereign land. All rise for Datloff, its power will withstand. Glorious nation of Datloff, so lovely and so free, with bountiful resources like gin, moustaches and tea. For goodness sake, make no mistake, we've had troubles in our past, but don't forget we're still a threat and our culture's unsurpassed. God bless Datloff, our blessed land of pig. Noble leader of Datloff, his brain is very big. People of Datloff, raise up your swords once more to defend the precious motherland. We will go to war. We may be small, but we'll fight them all until the very last man. And some will say we've had our day, and we sure could use a hand. So please help Datloff, their armies are on the shore. We admit we're a little bit shit, and we can't fight anymore. People of Datloff, you have served me well, but today it is our darkest hour. We must fight to survive. Fight! Fight on! Datloffians, block the swords with your bodies and hold them back! Block them, men! Fight for your honor and fight for your country! Datloff will hold! Datloff forever! Remember, sweet Datloff, its legend will live on. Our lands they take our heads on stakes, but our hearts beat ever on. Remember Datloff.
Simon,
Yep.
the new Yoglabs employee manual's here, and I think it could be a good idea if I go through some of it with you, you know?
Sure. What's with the music?
Well, it's been proven in tests that music helps people take in information, especially if they've just been cloned.
What?
Don't worry about it. Just covers the basics, you know. Brainwashing, thought control, a cafe menu.
Cafe menu?
Simple stuff we all need to know, yeah?
Alright, cool.
Welcome to Yoglabs, the home of innovation, where the only limit is your limited imagination. But sometimes things can maybe get a bit out of hand, so we've got a plan that you need to understand. Page 4, don't ever disturb the certificates while they're working.
Oh, I might have already done that, because Mandrew got out and I was...
Page 7, don't ever go in that room that has the black door on level 3.
Why? What's in there?
Don't worry about it, it's fine.
Ignore the death row.
So, you still with me, Simon?
I think so, but Lewis, there's something bothering me.
Good to hear it. Let's carry on, shall we? Here in Yoglabs, we pioneer technology.
From robot girlfriends
to goldfish bigonometry. So if you're feeling sick or experiencing anti-gravity, it could be either radiation or a ripped space-time reality. So page 13, if the microchip in your neck starts to itch, don't scratch it.
Microchip? The hell, Lewis? Ow!
And on page 18, in the event of incoming missiles, please head to the bunker.
What? Missiles?
Don't worry about it.
Come with me to Yoglabs, baby. We really care about your personal safety. Don't worry about the time travel paradox. Ignore that triceratops.
His name is Steve.
Lewis?
Yeah?
I am a little bit worried.
It's all under control. Don't worry about it.
Don't really know.
Well, sacrifices must be made to achieve world domination. It'll all be over soon. Don't worry about that abomination.
No, that's it. I've had enough. I'm going to put a stop to this.
Simon!
I'm not doing what you tell me anymore.
Mandrew, stop him!
Mandrew and I are out of here.
Why is this microchip not working?
You're not the boss of me.
Simon, I told
I'm
you!
not going to do what you tell me anymore. See, I'm going to push this button.
No,
and
don't
there's
press
nothing
that
you can
button.
do to stop
Don't
me.
press it!
Oh.
Come with me to Yoglabs, baby. Only one fatal isn't done lately. Initiate the rebuilding protocol. Sit back, enjoy the show.
Okay, fresh clone. Simon?
Hello.
Oh, the new Yoglabs employee manual has arrived. Would you like to take a look?
I am a dwarf, and I'm digging a hole. I am a dwarf, and I'm digging a hole. La 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 la. Da 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 do boo boo boo. Dum de dum de doo doo. Dum de dum de dum poo 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 wee. Wee 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 poo 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 doo boo. Boo 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 boobs doop 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 doops doop 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 boobs.
Whatever tunes on and listen to this new song. It's Blue Zephos, the Yogscast, the Goon Squad. Whatever name you want to call us, fine, let's move on and clarify a few things to avoid confusion. No need for PayPal, vouchers or a coupon. You can see us free of charge like a neutron. We won't blow the roof off, but we'll put a roof on. Both obsessed with little cubes, and I'm not talking croutons. So get your shoes shone to a sheen. Put your feet up on the futon and us up on the screen. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Digging a hole. I'm down ball and I'm kicking a flow. Kicky, kicky flow. Kicking a flow. I'll introduce the duo to the newest YouTube viewers. Zephos is Lewis and Simon's who honeydew it. You'll lose all kinds kinds of funny fluids, flatulation, blood, sweat, tears, humours, and the tangy taste of the runny, gooey liquid oozing from a Jaffa cake. We've got new tips, music, and animation, so I want to see your hips, thighs, and your fanny shaking. Rihanna's nothing in comparison to Granny Bacon. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole, diggy, diggy hole, digging a hole. I'm down ball and I'm kicking a flow, kicky, kicky flow, kicking a flow. Oh God, you're logged on to the Yog Pod with more devout followers than the God Squad. There's seldom if ever been such a realm of dimension, bringing that much traffic you can hear the sound of the engines. Oh, and by the way, as well did I mention the fact that we've got more links than a Zelda convention. You can tell there's attention, but it probably isn't sexual, so any innuendo there's ineffectual. But mention Jaffa cakes, and Simon practically masticates. His dream meals, a stack of them upon a massive plate. I've even seen him eat a Jaffa cake flavoured pasta bake, and after 8 even more instead of after 8. So wonder where exactly does he keep them all stashed away? The number crunching is too massive to extrapolate. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole, diggy diggy hole, digging a hole. I'm down ball and I'm kicking a flow, kicky kicky flow, kicking a flow. Dan Ball rapping on behalf of the Yogscast, swinging harder than my diamond axe when I'm chopping logs fast. I'm unsurpassed when it comes to rap with bombast, so turn up the volume knob and increase the contrast. At long last, here's a rapper that's a gaming geek, entertaining people with amazing speed. The bigger the bunch, the bigger the swing, the bigger the punch. I pick up a thing off the floor and start mining ore. Double time rap with a bit of Minecraft. Hope road janged into my nat. Take a hit of my track to the ear canal. You'd be like bleeding out. 1, 2, can you hear me now? Oi, honey dude, does it ring a bell? It's been years since the ears have felt like the shit is about my ears referral. Many men want to make a rap track better than me, but they never will because evidently they lack the skill. Ah! I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole, diggy diggy hole, digging a hole. I'm down ball and I'm kicking a flow, kicky kicky flow, kicking a flow.
Hello and welcome back to High Rollers. Thanks very much for sticking with us through our little break there. Just really quick, we've just finished sorting out leveling up. We're going to run through that in a little bit. Kim was just commenting on how nice her tea was. Good job, Trott. top man.
Good tea. Earl Grey. Hot.
Earl Grey, hot. So we just done leveling up. So for those of you who are new to Dungeons and Dragons, when they gain enough experience, they level up. In this campaign, it's the general rule is when they get to 300 experience, they get to level 2. And the way that is that's determined on the enemies they've defeated, the traps that they've beaten, or the puzzles that they've overcome and stuff like that. I can also choose to give them a set amount of experience just based on my judgment, which I did because of the creative ways that they overcame certain things. So they've leveled up, and the way that this works is they gain new amounts of hit points. Now in D&D, you can either choose to roll your hit points or you can take the average. Because we have a problem with Smith in the game I play with Trott, where he is level 7 and has about 19 HP.
He deserves it.
He does deserve it, but I'm just giving everybody the average. I just think that's a lot fairer, and it makes it easier for me as a DM to balance future encounters. So everybody's gained their new hit points.
Yeah.
And then everybody also gains new class features as they level up. Now, they may also increase things like proficiency, but that's not at level 2. That'll come down the later line. So for example, Matt, who is playing Trelamar, the Drow Warlock, you gained 2 invocations and some new spells. So an invocation is kind of like magical, kind of like passive abilities that they can use, or like spells that they can constantly cast on themselves. Warlocks are very much they can cast magic a lot more frequently, but they know a lot less than wizards and sorcerers. What invocations did you take, Matt?
So I took Disguise Self at Will.
Yep.
That's
Mask
pretty
of
good.
Many Faces or something, I think it's called.
Goblins.
Yep. So you can do the exact same thing Cam did, but you can do it as much as you want. which is really good. And then the other one was
Agonizing Blast.
which gives you your charisma mod
Lovely.
to Eldritch Blast. So
Agonizing.
So it's tweaked his Eldritch Blast.
it basically means he can now add his charisma modifier to it, and Trelemar has a +4 charisma mod, so he now does 5 to 14 damage with his Eldritch Blast, which is actually pretty good.
Wow.
And then you also gain a new spell, which
did.
was
Hex.
which is really good. He can place it on as a caster's bonus action, and every time he hits that creature, it deals an extra d6 damage. So Trelemar is very much becoming the cannon of the group, effectively, in terms of doing damage. Alora, what did you pick at level 2?
Oh, my spell. So I can gain an extra spell slot.
But you also chose
And
a druidic circle as well, didn't you?
Yes, so I could have chosen my druidic circle. I chose Circle of the Moon because Spire of the Moon, Alora is a sort of moon gal, so that's what I chose for that. And level 2 I also get wild shapes, so I can change into animals. So I can now change when it has a bonus action. I
Yep,
can
that's a bonus
change,
action.
so
And
twice
as you-
per short rest I can change into an animal of my choice, and I've got the stats currently for a direwolf, so I can change myself into a giant awesome looking direwolf, which will probably be lilac-y blue based on my hair.
Exactly, it's based on your skin tone.
So-
And as Alora levels up, she can turn into animals that can fly and can swim and stuff like that as they go. Cam Buckland,
Hey.
what did you get? Anything cool?
Yeah. Thanks to the blessing of Avandra, I've unlocked a potential with channel duplicity. I can make a illusion of myself about
Double the cam, double the fun.
30 feet away from myself,
Yep.
which I can cast spells from hidden.
The illusion.
He can go up to 120 feet away from me. I can use my bonus action to move him around. Double cam, right? It's gonna be amazing.
Even better. And you got some more spells as well.
I have to use my own senses. I can't see through him.
Yeah,
so
you
if
do.
I was to cast spells and he was around the corner, I'd be
blind.
heavily
You
disadvantaged.
also got a new spell. Did you pick your new spell?
I have a new spell and I choose command.
Cool. So that's really good.
So I can command people with basic things
Yeah, you can be
like
sit,
halt.
stop.
Yeah.
And
Drop
Kim,
your
Juto?
trousers.
So monks are a little bit different in that we get
New spell.
key points,
Yeah.
which can be used. So I've got 2,
Yep.
and I can use them during a turn and stuff like that. But I have to rest to replenish my points. But with this, I can do. I can activate Flurry of Blows, which basically means I get a 3rd unarmed strike.
Yep. So you get to
So
weapon attack, and then
attack,
punch.
and then punch,
Awesome.
and another punch. So I
Yep.
can attack 3 times
Yep.
potentially if I activate the
Yep.
point. I can also get Patient Defense, which means as a bonus action I can dodge.
Dodge is really
which-
good. This is something Harry doesn't use a lot in our game, but dodge means that they have disadvantage on attacks against you for the turn,
Oh.
which is really good. Like,
Yeah.
that can really save your bacon against like hard-hitting enemies and stuff like that.
Yeah. And the last one is Step of the Wind, which means as a bonus action I can disengage or dash, and my jump distance is doubled.
It's really
That's
good,
awesome.
so you can get away from enemies for a bonus action and stuff like that. So boring stuff out of the way, that's like what people have picked. There's not really a lot of complexity to leveling up. It pretty much says everything that you get in the book. You just need to follow through with things.
Also, my bulge is millimeters bigger.
Yes, his bulge is millimeters bigger.
Don't encourage
Cannon!
I can't.
He said it! DM
No.
said it! It's in.
But it's padding. He just pads it more.
An extra
When he levels
sock.
up, he just puts an extra sock in there, exactly. Right, so when we left, you guys were in the chamber. The spirit of Queen Ayandris had just vanished and dissipated. She did say that if you wanted to, you could take the mace from her daughter's tomb. She gave Elora a boon, a crystal vial, which I've given you the stats for, and you now know what it does. It's infused with her power. She has powers over mists and things like that, so it's relevant to that. And the rest of you had all kind of just been left in the room, really.
I got
having given
Golthia's
his life.
seed.
And you got Golthia's seed as well, yes.
The seed of Gothia.
So, what would you guys like to do now? Like the entrance, there seems to be a part at the back of the tomb. It seems that what was once part of the wall has been moved out of the way, and you can now see a tunnel, a secret tunnel that leads away somewhere. You don't know where, but Golthia did tell you that there was a entrance back outside in these tombs.
I'm going to pretend like I'm really inspecting the walls while someone else takes the lead. Yes. Very intricate elven work. It's going to take me a while. You guys go ahead. I'll catch up.
I'm just staring at him, I can see through this.
What are you guys
I'm
doing?
just- You're an idiot.
Yeah. I think you should take the lead on this one.
Oh, sorry, I'm very deep in
Yeah,
my work
you don't.
right
You
now.
can't speak Elvish, can you?
I would
Well.
like to push Cam towards the exit that was
Actually
out the
can.
back of the.
Can you?
Yes, Ayandris
As you're doing that, you feel the team pushing you.
Just pushing him, just
Fine.
pushing them along. Like, come on.
It's because I'm the strongest. Okay, fair enough. Oh,
We'll follow along the tunnel. It's like a
Yeah.
tunnel, right?
Yeah, there's literally
So,
like
yeah.
a tunnel entrance leading up
Follow
now.
through the
Yeah, let's
tunnel.
go.
Okay, you guys make your way through. The stone tunnel seems to kind of slope upwards and then curves to the right. As you're going, the stonework becomes more and more less and less worked, and eventually it just becomes kind of like heaped up earth with sort of like stone and wooden beams just kind of keeping it in place. Obviously, it gets rougher and rougher as you go, and then ahead of you, it's the first time you've seen it in possibly a day. You start to see sunlight, natural light, shining into
someone's
this tunnel.
casting light at the top of this cave mouth.
It's not bright enough. It seems to be. It's probably setting sunlight. It's not quite bright enough. It's tolerable for
yeah.
you. Like anything brighter than this, and it would
I
really
need
be
factor
messing with
50.
you. But you can just about just about deal with it. And as you reach up, the tunnel seems to lead out into a natural cave. It seems to be underneath a hill. It looks like it comes out behind a statue, an elven relief of Corellon Lathian, the elven deity that you saw beneath it. And it seems that has also been slightly pushed out the way to give access into this tunnel. As you move out into the cave, you can see that there is what looks to be remnants of a camp, a bedroll, a fire, a few little stores and supplies that look quite old. There is a tattered looking like leather journal on the bedroll as well, and it looks like, but it doesn't seem like it's been disturbed recently. It seems, maybe a week or so old. The fire is really just broken sort of embers and kindling, and again the cave opening seems to lead out onto grass hill lands. The sun is just beginning to settle, turning the sky pink and crimson, and you can just hear this faint across the hills.
I'm going to say, whoa, is that a weird thing in the corner? I'm going to pick up the journal and start reading the latest entry.
Are you trying to deceive people into not looking at you
Yeah.
picking up the entry? Okay, you can make a sleight of hand check, and everyone else can make perception checks.
18.
14.
7.
Yeah.
7. Alright, nobody. You all kind of go, huh? What's Cam pointing at? You look away, he snatches up the journal, and you flick to the last entry, did you say?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the last entry, as you're flicking through, you gain, this clearly seems to be Renwin's journal, and the last entry seems to read, tomorrow we'll head down into the old elf barrow that Hulmes said he guarded. I hope that visiting somewhere so important to him will help me learn more about myself and perhaps help me finally say goodbye. I am sure the hills can do without their guardian for a few days. And that's the
I
last
suppose
entry.
we've got to put it back where it is and say, I think we should move this statue back.
Yeah.
And close off, seal the entrance.
Okay.
So
With
Queen
all
may
four
have
of you, if
some
you all
rest.
push against it, it kind of grinds into place.
I'm not really pushing.
3 of you are pushing, and Cam gives the impression he is pushing. And again, it slots back into place. You hear something click. You get the sense that perhaps there's probably a similar kind of druidcraft thing that allows a locking mechanism, or to open it at least. And it sinks back into place. The statue is very worn. It looks like it's been pitted by years and years of weathering, but being in the cave, it's ever so slightly sheltered. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is.
This is Renwin's camp.
How do you know that?
Well, it's boots, clearly.
There are no boots there.
Left. Never mind, it's Renwin's camp, okay? I looked through the journal. Alright. I'm sorry. I know you shouldn't look through diaries, but, it's important information. It could have been an orc, a goblin.
Why did you deceive us, though? Why did you?
What?
Why did you deceive us? When you just come straight out and go,
I
oh
didn't.
look, there's a journal.
There was a thing. Didn't you see it? Right over there. It's crazy. I'm really tired, actually. Looking at my wrist. Yeah. Pretty tired. So I'm just going to go lie down on the bedroll and pretend to sleep.
Cam lies down. Makes faint snoring noises.
I'm just staring at him this whole time, just like.
What the fuck?
Occasionally opening one eye.
Looking around.
Can I,
You see that happen?
Can I look out sort of the entrance of the cave
Yeah.
and just do a bit of a sort of check that we're safe, kind of.
Yeah, so you look
perception?
out, it looks like the cave seems to be part of a hill, but on a lower ground level, sort of slopes down, turns into another hill, but there's like a dugout part of it, which
Mhm.
forms like a natural cave inside. It's mainly earthworks, not really stone, but sort of like more earth with sort of like a trodden-in floor. And as you look outside, yeah, I mean, you just look to be out in really the middle of grassland, just like endless sort of plains. As you do look out, you can see what seems to be smoke or like faint sort of like townsfolk kind of fires, and you can see very far off in the distance, maybe 3 or 4 hours travel, a wooden walled village. So it has like a wooden palisade wall. You can see just the tips of a few little kind of like stone and wood houses, smoke rising up from their chimneys.
Okay. So, do you guys want to rest here? Because I think we should.
I'm ignoring him.
I would.
I suggest you do as well.
I think we'd be safe here, but there is smoke over there. We should probably make our way towards a town.
So,
Get some supplies.
who are you guys? I mean, we really bonded down there, and we went through some scrapes. I went in a tree. I think if we're gonna, continue, I kind of want to know who I'm dealing with. I usually surround myself with people that I've known since I was born.
Who you're dealing with? You're the one who smashed up Bones and almost got us all killed. So if anything, you should be explaining yourself, because
I'm very dumb. I
He
make
has this glassy look. I'm dumb.
Look, I make stupid decisions when
Yeah.
things scare me, and I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that. Maybe I shouldn't take the lead on these kind of encounters. It's my bad. Does anyone want the mace to make up for it? I just like.
no, I don't want to
You
touch
just
that
don't want to
again.
carry it anymore.
Oh, you have not taken a short rest. Yeah, there's something strange about it. You feel it, and there's definitely. It's not just
kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's making me tingle in
I don't
my
want to
funny
touch it
regions.
again. Last time I touched it, no.
Yeah, it's very repulsive to you.
I don't want to touch it.
Should we maybe put it? We've already closed it. I'll keep it. I'll put it in my backpack. Okay. Do you want to know about me?
Yeah.
Well, I travel. I've traveled my whole life as a group. People call us gypsies. I consider us entertainers. We go to village and perform. We have fortune tellers. We have a little market. We have that kind of stuff.
What do you do that's entertaining?
Well, yeah, I've got a few stand-up routines.
Try me.
I don't think I should. It's very suited for a different audience. I got a very niche
Try me.
demographic. Okay, what do the tiefling say to the drow? You meant to say, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I forgot the end of the joke actually. So, anyway, I entertain really well usually. It's just been an off day today for spirit.
Must be all you're pissing yourself.
That's not part of the act. No, actually, well.
Turn that over once you've taken a short rest.
So yeah, we travel around, we go to villages, and we gain whatever kind of, we hand out a little bowl, people throw some money in, we make our own way, And I've had to leave because I've actually got this writ, which came to the Bucklands. That's my surname. That's my family, yo. And I've been asked to attend someone important.
It's specifically, it is the Masons Guild in Talis. Well, no, I'm not saying this to you because you don't need to tell this to the others. You don't need to. The others don't need to know this. It's for the Masons Guild in Talis Val, and you know that the capital city, the guilds, the merchant guilds, basically form the council. They are the ones that run it. It's very democratic. It's run by working class people, or middle class kind of like merchants and things. And the Masons Guild is one of the largest in the city. I mean, they are responsible for the rebuild. They're very prominent. The right to perform is quite rare. Like, you will be amongst very highbrow entertainers and very sort of like, it's quite a privilege in a way to get one of these. Specifically, The reason that this evening that you've been asked to perform for is very important is because when they have it, it will be for their annual celebration, and Korak, the champion of Talataval, the champion of the Dawn Republic, will be there himself.
I'm quite a blabbermouth, and I don't mind holding any of this back. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go, yeah, it's really prestigious. I didn't really want to leave the guys behind, but they only wanted one guy for the entertainment to the Masons Guild, and Korak. Yeah, you know the guy. Gonna entertain for him.
Interesting.
Do a little sweet-ass dance. I've been practicing my moves. Kind of rusty, actually, but not a decent one.
I would like to join you for this.
Well, you can't. I mean, I've got my own routine. You probably can't dance as well as me. You're very elegant, sure. You can run up walls, actually might be quite good.
Write me into your routine.
It's gonna,
Just look at his wrist.
My wrist is really playing up today. I'll think about it. How about that? Usually we have our own Buckland routine, you know? It's usually the Bucklands doing Bucklandy things. Tieflings...
I will be your bodyguard. Get me into the meal.
That's interesting. Okay. You guys interested?
You're going to Talspell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to go there. I'm looking for someone there.
That's why we're all in the caravan, right? I guess we were all...
Yeah, you were all heading there. But you didn't really interact when you were on the caravan. You were all kind of keeping to yourself. You were probably talking to the common folk more because you had a bit more in
all the
common
ones
with
that
them.
died,
Yeah. But you this is the first time that you're all kind of learning that you are all heading to the sort of same destination sort of thing.
We were all going to the same place. Why were you guys?
I need to find one of my father's friends, actually. Hopefully, it's a long shot. He travels about, but I heard he was there. And he might actually know where some of the elven spires are. I've been trying to sort of meet with these people for a while, and I haven't found anything. So he's kind of my last lead. I need to find him. So.
Well, we're all going to the same place. What about you?
I'm looking for something.
Well, that's really vague. Trelly belly.
That's all you need to know.
Oh, mysterious fella, aren't you? Hey? Do you want to break out that little I mean, I touched your back.
Yeah, I know.
And I gave you a little... Well, I didn't help, but, you know. I think we bonded.
As soon as we're near water, I shall be giving myself a scrub.
Well, I mean, the nearest place probably does look to be this village that you can see just in the distance. You kind of glance around outside, and really it's the only place that's within a day's travel. Everything else, even your knowledge of the area, there's not a settlement for a long time. The nearest is probably Briar's Crest, which is a large town, a proper stone-walled town, which is maybe 4 or 5 days travel without that on the road. So probably about just over a week if you're traveling through the wilds and the roughs. Also, it would be pretty dangerous. Being out on the hill lands, being out in the woods is generally pretty bad. There is all number of creatures out there on the night. Generally, people stick to the trade roads, which are actually well patrolled and well managed by the militia and the armies and things like that. There is a forest nearby, but again, you're talking maybe a week's travel just to reach the edges of it. And even then, that's you don't know what might be in there. So,
what about you, Jing?
We're wasting time. Let's head to the city.
We're bonding. It's very crucial for...
I ignore him and I just walk out to the cave entrance and strike out towards the village.
Okay, yeah, you just see Juto kind of...
Even you're more talkative than she is.
Wait, do you want to rest first?
I don't need rest.
This is a safe... this looks to be more safe than just walking out and trying to find shelter somewhere else.
As you've been talking, the sun has now pretty much settled, just a faint rim of crimson on the thing. You can see the night sky starting to come overhead.
Let's wait until morning.
Yeah, we're all going to the same place.
We're going to the same place.
We know rest.
We know where we're going. We've seen smoke. We know the direction to go in. Let's just have a rest, and then first light we'll head out.
I won't say a word.
We can rest for now on the condition that he stays on the other side of the cave from me, and if you slow me down again, I will strike out on my own.
I will.
And I you just slowly move to the other side.
Like I've been dunce capped.
Yeah, I mean you've all got basic travelling supplies. You have not necessarily bedrolls, but you have things like blankets. You have rations. You have water, so you can eat and stuff like that. It's uncomfortable, but the soft earth is not the worst bed in the world. And you bed down. So are you all going to rest this evening?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take a long rest. So everybody who's done spells, you get your full spell slots back.
Sweet.
Everybody's at maximum hit points. All of your abilities are refreshed. Trelemar, I have a note for you.
Ooh.
That's for your eyes only. have a read of that.
For your eyes.
You learn the properties of the boon. So the card I gave you,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
her little
Yeah,
Andris boon, you do that. You may flip over your mace card that I gave you. So the way that magic items work
You
in
are
5th
now
edition,
dead.
the way that magic items work in 5th edition D&D is you have to attune to them. Normally this is done by spending a rest, and you learn their abilities effectively. Yeah. Obviously the elf stuff doesn't apply to you. You don't feel anything; it just feels like a weapon to you. I don't know if I wrote that on there. No. Good. I forgot what I wrote on there. But yeah, basically, like, you learn those are the abilities. It is a magical weapon, so it can be used against like creatures and things.
The elves wake up 4 hours earlier than.
Yeah.
They do. You two,
We only need
only
4
need
hours.
trance. That obviously happens in your trance. You kind of wake up. These two are still fast asleep. Cam snores very loudly.
I do like weird.
That happens. But after 8 hours, you both awake as well. You eat what rations you have. You're probably quite low on supplies because you were with the caravan for a while.
Anyone? I got some plums.
Would you like any of Cam's plums?
Keep your plums to yourself.
I'm very pointedly ignoring him.
I'm just gonna go and sit at the cave mouth.
Okay. Yeah.
While
the sun,
he eats his plums.
The sun is rising, and you can see, dawn is breaking. Golden sunlight spills out onto the plains. There's just a faint vista. What you can see now in the light of day, it's a bit easier to see. You can see this wooden palisaded village off in the distance, and surrounding it are numerous wheat fields. But the wheat grows exceptionally high, sort of 5-6 feet tall, and there's loads of them. This looks like a big farming community. It looks like.
Okay.
Before we set out, I'm just sat cross-legged, fondling a very crudely made dagger, and all of my kind of wit and
silliness
thing has just turned into a glazed-over look, just staring at this dagger for a bit, and I kind of snap out of it and just...
Yeah, you get memories of that person and things like that. They just kind of come to you.
And then continue on, and then I just adorn her back into chirpy mode.
Okay.
And carry on out the cave mouth.
Okay. What do you guys like to do? You're going to head off towards...
Let's go to the village.
Okay.
I just like to shout. It's like, oh! What a lovely day, huh? Yeah?
I'm already
You guys
like
ready?
ahead, and I've already walked
Juto's
off. Like
I'm following Juto.
I'm not even waiting.
Okay. I'll catch up.
You guys remember from your being on the caravan and Thomas talking that this village is called Tallfield. Now that you walk, as you're making your way, it takes about 3 hours to reach it. Kind of, you're crossing over like sloping hills and that sort of thing. And you can see these huge wheat fields, massive farms. The wheat growing to like 5-6 feet tall in some places. Seem to dot the landscape. You walk past them, you can see like scarecrows and things in the farms. They seem to be propped up and things on little platforms. There seems to be one thing you do notice as you're walking through. There are no farmers tending the fields right now. Like there's nobody out actually working them. And as you approach the village, you can see this large wooden palisaded wall, and there is what appears to be 4 very nervous, young-looking men. They're wearing sort of like scrappy leather armor, clutching spears. They look like they've been up all night, and they're just kind of like really weary. And as you start approaching, they're like, "Hold! Who are you? What business do you have?"
Hey.
Hi.
They look at you, and they're like,
"Shit.
Stay where you are. Don't move."
No,
There's
no,
another
it's
one.
okay. It's okay.
Who
It's
are you?
okay. No, we were traveling here, and our caravan.
Where have you come from?
Good question.
You were coming from Greybell.
From Greybell. We were heading for Talus Val. We just need to gather
There's not been any
supplies.
caravans come through for weeks.
Yeah,
Yes,
you got
because-
raided.
What? Oh.
Our caravan got stopped. Everyone aboard got killed.
They
We're
like-
the only survivors.
The guys who like the other 3 are kind of staying quiet, but they can't seem to decide on who they're worried more about between you two. They're not scared, but they have this look of like they've clearly never seen a tiefling before. They're just like their eyes are wide. They just seem amazed. You're used to people being suspicious, but there's a recognition like it's like they've seen a drow before, and they're just like, "Don't move." Are you? And he turns up. He's like, "Are you with the other one?"
What other one?
He kind of looks around. He's like,
Look, we've had a really rough couple of days. Everyone in our
rough
caravan...
couple of days.
Yeah.
Just let him speak. What other one?
What do you mean other
What other
ones?
drow?
We caught her, and we think that she's been killing our people. She's inside there. I think she's going to be killed today. You should speak to the marshal and the reeve.
Okay, let me speak to him.
All right.
Can we come in?
Come
We
with
don't
me.
mean anyone any harm.
He's like, yeah, all right. He like gestures. He's like, you three stay out here. I'll take them in. And they open the wooden gates, and you can see them pulling them apart. And they lead you in. The village is kind of very rough. It has kind of like a dusty sort of straw flooring. You can see that they have work sort of like dirt paths and things like that. The buildings seem to be made of stone and wood. They're very human. They're habitable. They look quite comfortable, but they are kind of rough village townhouses, really. Judging by the size of the village itself, it's probably less than 400, 500 people here. Especially, and that's most of those will be out on outlying farms as well. Like most of the inside town is for merchants or wealthy people or small families and things like that. The guard, this human, he's kind of got like sandy, straw-coloured hair. He probably looks about 19, scruff of a little goatee. His arms, he seems quite burly arms, but he's still young and growing, so he's gangly and that sort of thing. He kind of holds this spear, his knuckles white. You can just see these bags under his eyes, and he kind of leads you in. And he leads you to the centre of town, where you can see a well, various merchant stores that nobody's manning. They've all been packed up and folded away. But there is a large mob gathered around what looks to be a very impromptu-looking gallows, or maybe a stake. And as you clear the crowd, there's probably about 20 people crowded around. You can see that there are 3 people trying to kind of like talk to them and calm them down. Behind them is a man wearing a long duster coat. You can see he's got a long sword. He's got a marshal's cap, which is kind of, imagine sort of like a cowboy duster's cap kind of thing. And he wears a symbol of a shield with a sword across it, which is the symbol of the marshals of the Republic, which are kind of like a wandering police force, effectively. And tied to a wooden pole in the middle of this stage is a female drow. She has white hair. Her clothing looks very basic. A basic tunic, belt. She has no weapons on her. She has like thick-looking traveler's boots. She's tied up, and she doesn't look injured, but she looks tired. And she can just, like, as you approach, the crowd is murmuring. You can hear various things being shouted. Kill her! She's responsible! It will end if we kill her! And as you get closer, you can see that there are 3 people. A burly-looking human woman who wears like a smock, like an apron, like a thick leather apron. Big burly arms. You can see hammers and clippers on her belt. And she's kind of like holding a lot of them back physically by herself. There is a halfling, a rotund kind of short halfling man, ponytail, scraggly beard. And he's like, listen, look, you're all being foolish. She couldn't have done last night. We were all here. She was tied up in the jail with the marshal. This is ridiculous. And he's just like literally like talking really rapidly. And then there is a taller man. He looks older, maybe sort of like his 50s, greying hair. And he's just like, we need to listen to the people, Finney. If killing her stops this madness, we should at least try it. And the drow woman is just like, I've told you all so many times, it's not me. And as you the crowd is really building up into a fervour. The guard kind of leads you, and he kind of, as he now sees this crowd, he's like, oh, maybe this isn't the best time.
I prod him on the shoulder, and it's like, dude, what's going on here?
Oh, there's been a lot of death here recently, sir, and we caught her sneaking around the village one night. And the people they see a drow and they just thought she was responsible, but, well, there was another murder last night and she was locked up. I don't think she's responsible, but...
Who are these ones trying to keep the crowd under control?
Oh, that's Finney. He owns the tavern here, and that's Dana. She's our blacksmith.
Right.
The older man's the reeve. He's kind of in charge, really. He collects taxes and things like that, and he looks after the militia and stuff like that here. And then that's the marshal, and he points up. He's the one. He's kind of in charge of us. I'm just a militiaman.
How many people have been killed?
Let's see, 4. Oh, last night that's 5.
How did they die?
We found them. Some of them inside the wheat field. Some of them on the edge of the village. Claws, like an animal or something, deep, raped across their skin. Horrible. Some of them were really torn apart. It was grim. I had to carry one of the bodies into the old temple. It's nasty business.
Doesn't sound like it's the drow, does it?
Well, problem is, sir, is we haven't found anything else that it could be, and well, you know what people are like. And he kind of just gestures, and you can see now the crowd is swelling, and like the woman can no longer hold them back, and they're chanting like, "If it's gonna help, kill her!" Like, you know, maybe it will stop. Maybe it will stop. We need to end this now. The marshal is kind of like trying to hold it. He's like, I will do justice here. He's like, if any of you have evidence that this woman is responsible, I will take action, but I will not kill her on your demands. And the old gentleman is turning to him, and he's just, you can see him whispering, and the marshal is like looking at him like, no, like they're having some sort of private conversation, but it's hard to read.
They're all on this stage.
The crowd is around it, and then the marshal and the reeve are on it, along with the drow woman who's tied up, and then the other two are kind of like talking to the crowd on their level.
I think we should go talk to the marshal.
Yeah. I'm kind of just going along with this. It's not tiefling business. I don't care. There's no tieflings here.
One of the crowd turns around. They spot Trelemar, and they're like, "It's another one! They're coming to kill us all!" And like now the crowd all turns away. It does turn their attention away from the captive drow. But yeah, suddenly it becomes a thing that they're now aware of you, and the crowd starts to become nervous because they see that you have allies. The reeve takes this opportunity, and he's like, calm down, everyone, please. We will investigate this as we need to. These strangers clearly are travelers here. I will speak with them along with the marshal. Go back to your homes. We will deal with this." And the marshal is just kind of like whistles, and you can see a few younger men in the same sort of leather armor with spears kind of now sort of like start pushing the crowd apart and really breaking them up. Okay. And they seem to like separate away. The older man, the reeve, who's like grey-haired, sweeping back, he steps down and he begins walking over to the four of you. As he approaches, he's like, "Well, couldn't have been better timed. Please, may I speak with all of you momentarily over here?"
Yeah.
He like ushers you over. He's just like, "I don't know what business you have in Tallfields, but I'm afraid that you might be stuck here with the rest of us. As a reeve, it is my responsibility to inform you of what's happening. We are being kept prisoner by some force here."
Force?
Yes, something is killing our people at night, and if we try and leave, people are being killed then as well. I've had several families try to evacuate. We found their bodies dumped at our doorstep.
So you mean we can't leave?
Well, I don't know. Certainly when we've tried to, they've been killed. You all look traveller sort. Perhaps I don't know if there's a way that you might be able to assist us in all of this. I don't know if you have any skills or something that you might be able to offer.
Don't worry. A dryad called me a hero, and I think this is fate.
Really?
That we came to you this day.
Well, let's
look at us. Look how brave and strong we all are.
He kind of looks over and he's like, I don't know, I suppose you might know this woman. We caught her outside our village. I don't believe she is responsible, but...
Hey, buddy, do we know each other? That's racist, man.
Well, it's just that you don't... They're not often on the surface.
Racist.
Yes, I suppose it is a bit inappropriate, isn't it? I apologise. So, at this point, the marshal has stepped down. And he just kind of walks over and he's just like, "I sure hope you fellas have come to give us some help here, because we damn well need it." And he kind of takes off his hat, and you can see that he's been sweating again. He's got bags under his eyes. He doesn't look like he's slept in maybe a couple of days.
I mean, we were heading to Talisval.
If we can't leave, these guys can't leave. We
What
do
sort
need
of
to
way?
leave at some point. If
Then
we can provide
unfortunately
help
we
to
will
leave.
have to help them in order to continue to the castle.
You said it was an animal. It looked like an animal.
Yes, the reeve is just like, I should probably leave Calvin with this. I don't really know the gory details. My property is just at the end of the village. If you need anything, come and speak to me. But if you can solve this problem, I wouldn't just expect you to do it for nothing. I can pay you.
Yeah, and I bring out like a fake piece of paper. I was like, casual mercenary fees, yeah. What are you charging?
Well, I have a small subsidiary set aside. 500,
detouring on way of
500
mission, you're
gold.
gonna have to up, because I mean we're being paid as mercenaries to go to Talisval.
Persuade check. Or a deception check, whichever you prefer.
A solid 5.
I'm afraid that the
subsidiary
subsidiary
paper.
subsidiary is all I have. It's a certain amount set aside. I cannot offer you more. The marshal kind of turns. He's like, if you're looking to go to Talisval, if we can deal with this problem, I can spare men to escort you to Briar's Crest.
This is the man I can
Few
deal with.
days.
I like
north.
this.
Or do you have any modes of transport? Any horses? Something that would get us there faster?
The Reeve looks. He's like, I wish I did. My horses were slain. Something came into the village and killed them all.
Any land vehicles?
That would be like things like carriages. He's like, we have wagons, but without horses, we have nothing to drive them.
You can pull them.
Ignore her.
I know that this may seem very
Tiefling
sudden
humour.
to ask aid of strangers, but I'm at my wit's end. Everything we've tried, we've sent militiamen out to try and patrol the farms. They have been killed or retreated, pushed. They have been attacked by wild animals, acting strangely. Creatures in the night are killing my people. I don't know what to do.
Let us talk to the drow.
Oh, yes. I suppose that would be all right, wouldn't it, Calvin? He's like, obviously, we did catch her up to some no good. She was spying on the town. I can't just let her free, but you're free to you're welcome to talk to her if you like.
Do I recognise her?
You don't.
Okay.
She seems to just be a young drow woman. She doesn't seem any familiar to you in any way.
Okay.
Yes. I don't know if it is any help to you, but there are a number of farms outside of the village. We've not heard from them. They might have information. I don't know if they're still alive, but if you do happen to find out anything about them, I would be very appreciative.
We charge an hourly rate, and it will be, extra. Well, we'll talk about that later.
Yes, I suppose that
Do you
would
have
be
any of the bodies? Could we look at any of them?
Yes. The marshal kind of steps forward and he's just like, sure, I can, I'll take you to, we've got them stored in the old Temple of Palor at the moment. It's the only dry, safe stone place we have, so it was the only place we could put them. Some of them, the older ones, have obviously started to decompose. We've put those in coffins, but there's the one from last night. That's still pretty fresh, I can show you.
Okay.
Yes.
Should we speak to the drow and then inspect the corpses?
Yeah, let's talk to the drow first.
All right, sure. Well, he kind of gestures. He points over to a stone building. He's like, "That's the temple there. I've just let my boys know that you've spoken to me."
Any worshippers of Ayandris in the town?
Ayandris? Well, maybe in Talisval. We don't really have that there. We've started.
That's worth a shot. I'm just tapping him on this side.
Okay, thanks. Sure. Just grab me if you need anything. I mean, I'm trying to just keep most of my men in the village just in case anything tries to break in again. But yeah. Sorry.
Cheers, pal.
To the drow.
Okay, you guys move over to you, and you can see she's kind of like leaning. She's kind of using the post to lean up against now. Her hands are kind of like tied over her head, sort of thing. She kind of opens an eye, and she's just like, oh, "Well, at least I'm not going to be killed by that mob anymore." And she kind of looks over at you, and she's just like, "Huh, it's good to see a friendly face."
You're all friendly, man, including Jing.
She looks over at the tiefling. How friendly do you look right now?
I'm literally just standing there with quite a bored expression on my face. This is a pain for me because I just want to get to the capital. There are no tieflings here. I don't care about this. I don't care if everyone dies. I don't care if the drow dies. I just want to get some supplies and go. But unfortunately, I have to solve this stupid thing because we can't apparently leave.
You
know.
can do. You don't have to listen to them. It's just that what they've said is that they are being attacked when they try to leave.
I'm secretly interested in the cam thing, so I need
well,
him
what you saw
at
inside
least.
the tree?
What I saw inside the tree.
Oh,
mixed
and also
with,
him going to.
Yeah,
Talisval.
just a couple of things like, well, he irritates the hell out of me, but I am intrigued by what I saw inside the tree, by the moment with the dagger, and by his invitation to perform for Korak.
Mm-hmm.
So I need Cam, so I need
Okay.
to take him. So I'm sticking around because
You need
I have to
So when
tolerate
I
this
think she
human.
looks at her.
Yeah.
with
But
all
I'm
that going
literally,
on.
I'm
like-
literally just
she's
stood
like,
there, sullen
Best you speak with
faced.
those two, if I'm honest.
Okay, sure.
Hi.
I don't suppose you can get me out of this ridiculous situation, can you?
Oh, we're gonna try.
Well, I appreciate it. It's unusual to get help from an elf, but a nice change. What do you want to know? Like, I'm guessing you come to ask me some stuff.
Well, what
Have you seen anything?
Seen anything? No. I was passing by the village. I got caught, which doesn't normally happen. These guys are super wired. They're super paranoid. Got caught. They dragged me in here and said I'd killed a bunch of people.
What are you doing on the surface?
We're scouting.
That sounds suspicious.
Insight check.
Yeah, you can do. You can make an insight check.
She's legit.
It's not that you don't get you. There's definitely something wrong, but it's
Yeah.
not like you can work out what it is. But yeah, I mean, she's dressed like she's just, you know, she's not wearing armor. She doesn't. Well, it might have been taken off of her, but like she's shown no sign of combat. Her hair is still, you know, it's not like she's been sleeping rough or anything like that. Yeah, she's just like, oh yeah, I'm just scouting. Like I'm part of the force from Aramount, just scouting the nearby towns, seeing what supplies we could get if we needed to. But people don't really react well to drows popping into their village, as I'm sure you know, so I decided to do it at the cover of night. Only thing I've seen is what everybody else in this village has seen. Every night, somebody goes outside the village, gets killed. That's it.
Do you reckon we could create some sort of bait situation where, oh look, I'm a villager. I could disguise
Well, you're a
I am
human,
certainly
so
up for using you as bait.
I think we could use you as bait. Well, you know, because I mean that's only a disguise, you know, and you know if it is a creature, it might sense that I am not
kill
human.
me. And you guys don't want that.
Well, you know,
This is really nice that you guys are planning this, and I thoroughly encourage the plan of using this guy as bait.
Well,
but I don't suppose you can like get me released or something.
We're working on it.
I think to, you know, clear your name, you ought to not be...
Clear my name? I've not done anything. I was walking.
You've seen the mob in front of you, okay?
What is your name?
Vic Zanis.
Can I call you Vic?
Everyone rolls.
Vic Zanis of House Quell.
And we're currently in...
Torfield is the
we're in
village that you are in.
Vic.
You do recognise the name of House Quell, though.
Okay.
They were just generally a military house. They had a lot of soldiers. They had a lot of kind of scouts and archers and things like that. They are one of the houses that survived the attack on the Underdark, and they are now part of an allegiance with mounted dwarfs and things like that. So you know at least that if she's telling the truth, that that's her family, it kind of makes sense if she was a scout.
Hey, look at this mace.
Woo! Wow. That's actually...
I know, right?
I've seen
You
bigger.
can see her eyes seem to like flash a bit of a colour. She's like, oh, yeah, pretty powerful.
I know. That's it. Pretty
Great.
cool. Thank you.
Thanks.
Just like showing off my stuff.
You're such a dick.
Hey, Jane, come on, and not in front of the people, strangers.
I mean, look, I've heard the stories of what's going around. Like, these people are idiots. They're all superstitious human idiots.
What do you think it is?
I mean, clearly, first of all, the fact that they're blaming me when these bodies... I've seen one of the bodies. Like, they dragged it past here when I was tied up. It's got claw marks all over it, deep gashes. It's either some sort of beast. It's gotta be. It's like some sort of massive wolf or a big bear or something like that. And these people... And the people are running out of the village at night. Like, they're claiming that they can see loved ones fleeing or the dead. They leave the village and then they get killed.
Well, we've seen some weird stuff recently. Well, thankfully we've got a nature-based druid who's going to inspect the corpses and hopefully find out what...
Great. Do you reckon maybe after that you can prove that I didn't do it?
I think you should be in somewhere really obvious tonight.
Yeah, well, I was in the jail. I was in the marshal's jail.
I know, but again, you should stay here so that you are clear while we do investigating.
Alright, I guess I don't really have much of a choice tied up like this.
I'll get the marshal to take you somewhere else. I don't know.
I mean, to be honest, yeah, just put me back in the cell so those crowd of morons.
Yeah, I think keep you in the cells.
And
It's
we'll
probably
make sure
the best
there's a
thing.
guard on you at all times, just so
Yeah.
that they know that you are nowhere but there. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Thanks.
Fine.
Fine.
Best I can
Great.
do, you know?
No, look,
Can I
I
head
appreciate
over to
it.
Do you want to see my mace again?
Temple. Can I head over to the temple?
Yeah? Yeah, you can do. So you start heading off and you watch Laura kind of move off towards the other building. She's
Be
like,
right
no, I've
back."
seen your mace, unless you're talking about another mace.
I walk off at this point.
I'm not flooding.
Feels weird.
I'm out.
Yeah, well, it's probably because it's magic, dear.
Oh, I wondered what it was.
Yeah.
Look, check this out.
Rolls her eyes.
Oh!
Can
do
I
my,
telepathically talk to this drow?
Yeah, you can. So you like contact with her in a mind.
Yeah.
She kind of like she's like, oh, how are you doing this? Oh, she kind of gives you a look and she's like, I don't want to know. What's up? No, she's kind of like, how are you doing this? Like,
Well, don't worry about how I'm doing it.
okay.
And you don't need to worry about what these three know or don't know.
Sure.
So tell me, what are you really doing here?
She like the fact that you're speaking to her in her mind, she's kind of perturbed and she's like, oh, I really am a scout, but I'm kind of on a mission. Who are you? Before I say anything, I need to know who you are.
I'm Trelemar.
Okay.
I'm from wherever it is I'm from.
You want to give me a house name? Which would be your surname?
I'm from the House of Elith.
Oh. Oh, okay. Sure. Priesthood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. It's a mission. There was a dwarf thief. He stole something from one of the houses that we reclaimed in the fight in the Underdark. He stole some sort of artifact or something like that. He fled. They sent a bunch of us out to nearby villages to see if we can track him down. I couldn't. I was spying on the village to see if he was here. That's when they caught me.
And have you seen any signs of Mr. Dwarf around here?
I haven't seen anything. It's possible. I mean, I don't even know what artifact he took. It was all secret hush-hush stuff. They didn't tell any of this. They just gave us a description of him, sent us on that way. And I was to report back if I could find any sign of him. Or find out where he might have gone.
What does he look like?
She describes to you, or in fact, actually, because you can read thoughts, she kind of just remembers what he looks like,
Oh, I
and you
just
get
know
a
what he
mental
looks
image
like.
of it. He's a dwarf with a short brown beard. He has an eye patch over one eye, short cropped haircut, wears kind of like ragged, sort of like ragged traveller's clothes. And the last image that they had, like the way that it was described to him, was that he would be carrying a package or a bundle all wrapped up. And that's the image that you get in your mind. It's pretty clear. You reckon you could pick him out if you find him.
Okay. Okay, well.
But obviously, I can't exactly tell these people that, you know.
No, we'll keep that between ourselves.
I'll keep this conversation between us, I guess.
Yeah.
But you need to get me out of here at least. Like, I need to get back.
Well, we'll go and check out this body.
Sure. If you need anything else, just let me know.
Will do. Thank
And,
you.
like, yeah, like all of this has been going on. Like they just kind of like Trelamar's kind of like looking around. She's kind of like looking at Trelemar. You probably think that she's like eyeing him up a little bit.
There you go. Come on.
While he's trying to show off his mace.
You enter this stone building. G2 follows closely behind you. It's a stone-worn thing. It's actually kind of empty. It looks like the temple has been abandoned. All of the things have been stripped away from it. You can see the symbol of Palor, the sun, the golden sun, was still emblazoned into the wall, but everything else of value has been removed. Instead, there are these tables, each one with a sheet over it, and there is a smell of kind of decaying flesh.
It does not bother me.
One of them,
very gross.
It's pretty bad. Like it's, you know, there's definitely a stench here. Some of them are in coffins, but two of them are currently just under these sheets.
Okay.
The first one you can see is pretty fresh. This must have been the one that they spoke of that was killed recently. Yeah. It's a young man, quite handsome, kind of like chiseled jaw, wearing sort of farmer's clothing, and you can see he just has these deep claw marks just all over his body. There's very little blood like on his form. Give me a medicine check or a nature check.
Can I do that as well?
Yep, medicine or nature.
14.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah, we'll finish up. So
16.
14 and 16. With a medical, is that medicine?
Medicine, 16.
Yep, so on the medicine check, the fact that there's not a lot of blood from his wounds indicate that he had an accelerated heart rate, like he bled out really quickly because his heart was beating ridiculously fast, either through adrenaline or fear or something. With the nature check, you can't think of even things like dire wolves or wargs, which are massive wolves, or bears. These claw marks don't look right. They're very jagged. They're quite widely spaced apart. Also, there's no sign of being eaten. A wild animal would have eaten it, would have taken food away. You know, there's no sign of that on this. Like, this is somebody who was mauled and just left for dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no blood.
Just ignore it.
I've walked away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no animals that would cause these.
Okay.
This man died frightened. The
Does seem
drow
that way.
mentioned that people were walking out of the village having seen visions of loved
Yeah.
ones.
They're
So
being
something
drawn
has
out.
enchanted them, drawn them out, and killed them in a state of fear, and not eaten the bodies. So we're
Yeah.
looking at something that has magic.
Yes.
And I think that's where we're going to finish today. It's just gone past 8. It's about 10 past. So we're going to finish there today. Not as much of a cliffhanger this time, but there is a mystery afoot. And you guys have got to your first little sort of open village.
Yeah.
You didn't get to see my Babby's first map that I drew for everyone.
Save it for
my
next
little
time.
markers, we can save it for next time. But yeah, thanks very much for joining us, guys. I am going to stick around and just read out some donations. If we can figure out a good way to do it, I might need to come and sit around on one of these desks.
I'll stick around.
Yeah, if like
Yeah,
you guys
we'll
want to,
stick
but
around.
also if Kim and Matt, if you want to head off, you're more than welcome to, because I'm just going to read out some stuff and then we'll help Sam pack away. Thanks once again for watching, guys.
Thank you,
for all your
guys.
support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just remember, this is going to go up on Yogs Live. Do spread the word. Let people know that they can watch it afterwards. If you're a Twitch subscriber, you can watch it straight away as well. Like it normally goes up in past broadcasts. Next week we will not have Sir Trottimus. I don't know if you want to talk about where you're going or if you can.
I'll be in Texas, so it's going to be very tough for me to sit here and
Yeah.
and
So
attend.
we will not have Cam Buckland next
You guys
week.
will go on without me.
We are going
He's
to play
sulking because the drow ignored
Dispersed
him.
him.
Whole
Yeah,
day.
exactly. So we will play without Cam next week, but yeah, no Cam.
It'll be equally as good. So
It will
don't
still
worry.
be good.
Tune in.
But it will be back after the week after that as well,
Yep,
won't we?
just
Cool.
one day. So
And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Make sure Rillian's streaming tomorrow. There's
Yep.
streams all throughout the week. Do check them out. Do subscribe if you really like it.
so follow us on Twitter.
And yes,
Yeah.
High Rollers,
Please do.
High Rollers DND.
As in end the letter.
Also, I think if you guys want to use a hashtag, rather than using hashtag High Rollers, which has a lot of ochre and stuff, maybe we should have High Rollers DND.
He's got one.
I've got one.
Got
right?
one.
Yeah, it's good, it's good.
It's good.
Hashtag roll on Sunday.
Roll on Sunday. I love it. That's amazing. Yeah. All right. Hashtag Roll on Sunday.
ROLL.
Yeah,
This
that's
is like
fucking
roll.
brilliant. Oh, it's so good. Should it be ROLL or ROLE?
ROLL.
Roll high roll.
As in roll on Sunday. I want to get to
Roll
Sunday
on
now,
Sunday.
and we're rolling on Sunday.
We're rolling on Sunday. That's perfect. So hashtag Roll on Sunday. Keep sending if you do fan art and stuff. Like you don't feel you have to, but if you do, we love
wanna
it.
see it.
Oh, we
Tweet
love it.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
tweet it.
And
Oh
we'll
my
put
God.
it like Sam has done on the.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Yeah, that's
really
a really nice
Let's do
recap.
And
that.
we'll include your names.
Because like I'm gonna do a recap of what happened last time. So maybe while I'm doing that, we can just have fan
That
art in
was
the
awesome.
background.
Yeah, action scenes would be great for a summary. So
That'd be really good. And yeah, thank you so much, guys, and we will see you next week. Roll on Sunday.
there it is. Hashtag.
Hashtag Roll on Sunday.
Bye. In fact, I'm going to read donations, so I don't know why I'm saying bye. I don't know if Sam wants to quickly cut away while I move around or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you're gonna get your ass on cam.
Yeah. Are you guys going to head off, or
Stick around.
I'll stick around.
you don't have to? But yeah, that'd be grand.
No worries.
Hey guys, thanks for sticking around. We're just going to quickly read out these donations and then we're going to head off to give Sam a much needed break because he's awesome and I don't want to keep him here forever. Also, we should probably all eat something at some point. So just wanted to read these out. So I'm going to kick things off. We're probably going to alternate and have people read out different ones. So this one is from Charlie Berggren. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. $10. I can't watch the stream live today because of studying, but I wanted to show my appreciation of these D&D streams. They're awesome. Thank you so much, Charlie. Good choice of studying first. You can always watch the streams later anyway. So good on you. Thank you so much.
Good discipline.
Good discipline. Good discipline.
Yeah. Next one is from Stormcaller3801. Who donated $10. High rollers rules, kick-ass guys, nothing but 20s.
If only. If only.
Yeah.
We got one natural 20.
One natural 20. Yeah.
Got one.
Yeah.
Oh, and Matt got one as well.
Matt got one.
So this table rolled all of the natural 20s.
We need to swap tables.
That table. Oh, you rolled the natural 20. You got a crit as well, didn't you?
No, I got it. No, I didn't.
Yeah, we
Oh, no, you just
shoddy
did the
dice,
fight.
man.
It's not my fault. I didn't give you shoddy dice. Great.
Next up, Frank Man, Dr. DW.
Dr. DW!
Donated $10. It says, love the stream. Hey, what scale of miniatures do you use?
So, 25mm, 28 to 20, 28mm to 25mm, depending on like certain things.
Yeah.
Generally, so I ordered a bunch of them from Reaper Bones. I got an eBay seller, and I got a bunch of them from Reaper. You guys use Reaper as well for your characters.
You can search like different things, like
holding
a staff, holding a bow and arrow. Like you can search different sort of aspects like that. Mine, I just kind of, at the time, didn't really know what my character was going to look like, so I just got a generic someone holding a staff, and yeah.
And Kim got a nice fancy custom one made by
Yeah,
very
she got
awesome
a
guy.
fancy custom one. Cam's was just happened to be Chris.
Really good.
Just found a really good one.
Yeah. So I use Reaper Bones. The other thing is I'm probably going to be buying a bunch of like Games Workshop miniatures for just generic bad guys.
Lots of hordes of people
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'd love to get more official D&D minis, or like I'd love to just get more minis, but I just A, often don't have a lot of time to paint them, or B, they're really hard to get hold of. So if anybody knows any good places I can buy them, do let me know. Just tweet me at Sherlock_Hulmes, because I'd love to get more and more of those.
Good for Kim.
So, from Vanguard Badger. Awesome stream. Glad I could catch it live this time. Buying the dice for Kim and Matt was really cool, Mark. And it was.
Oh,
Even
thank
if
you.
they were weighted and cheaty.
You can come in. Do you want to take your seat back and I'll just crouch? No, that's right. I'm just going to like
your
loom
DMC
over.
is available, but you can't read from
I
there.
can't read from their side, so you sit down. It's fine. You sit down. No, it's fine. Sit down.
I'll stop being English about this.
I can just do this. Like,
Awkward
I can just kinda
crouch.
Crouch. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the fun. Yeah. No, it was my pleasure. I really like buying dice for new players because it means that they've got something that will always remind them of playing the game, which is really nice.
Oh, thank you.
I will just read. So, Froob Juice just donated. No message, but thank you very much for your donation, Froob Juice.
Thank you.
Matt, do you want to read one from Iratus?
Donating for the High Rollers stream first donation because I wanted to support my new favourite stream.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Iratus.
where are we now?
Uncontrolled Crew 2.
Uncontrolled Kutlu? Yep. Quick note, getting up from prone only takes half a movement.
Good shout. I forgot about that.
Absolutely loving the streams though. Keep them coming.
Thank you very much. I do sometimes cock up the rules, guys. Feel free to just let me know. I cocked up the thing like the monk damage, and yeah, getting up from prone is half.
You do that on purpose to make sure people are on the
Know
ball,
the
right?
rules, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I don't. I'm just a squirrel. Do you guys want to read some?
Where are we at? Eros? Umbros?
Sure. I think it's scrolling up and down because there was some that we got just a minute.
Are we starting from the bottom or to the
Oh,
top?
start from the bottom actually,
I'll
because yeah,
start from
those
the
new
bottom.
ones are from the top.
That
so.
one is a teaser for an upcoming donation. We're starting with Tiger 301. Have you read that one?
Nope.
Tiger 301 says, "Hi guys, I can tell these high roller streams are easily going to be a highlight of my week. Loving Trott, silly twat.
Yep.
Kim, Katie, and Matt, and Mark. You're doing an epic job. Keep it up."
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you, Tiger.
Thank you, Tiger.
Yeah, do you want me to read one or do you want to read one?
I can go. So, Country Music Man. Some ideas for being more creative with your attacks, guys. Kim, you should use small amounts of demon fire to ignite your Guandao. Trot, you can light up your daggers with light that damages creatures of the dark. Now, I was wondering about this
Yeah.
because obviously I was like, I'm an infernal creature. Can I do that? Because that would have been really cool against the.
In terms of like mechanically, it won't have fire damage per se, because there are. What I don't want to do is make things like spells and abilities that give you those things redundant.
yeah.
But in terms of visually, like you know, if you just want to describe stuff and have it glow with demonic energy, yeah, it's
Okay,
fine.
cool.
You can just whenever you make attacks, feel free to describe whatever you want. Like
Yeah.
when you cast a spell, you can describe what it looks like.
Yeah.
Just because the effect says it does this doesn't mean it has to look that way.
But in that situation earlier, it was probably best that I actually physically lit a torch.
Yeah,
and
because
used
you
fire
wanted to
damage against
actually
the
do the
tree.
fire
Yeah.
damage, exactly.
So, but
what
I could.
what you might have been able, if it had oil or something, you could have like soaked it in that.
Yeah.
What I don't want to do is take away from the core mechanics.
Yeah.
Because like I said, there are spells that add fire damage to your weapon. There are magic items which are
Yeah.
fiery weapons. I don't want to take away from that by just saying you can do it. But at the same time, I don't want to stifle creativity.
So
So
at
if
the
you can always come up
level-
with a clever way to do stuff.
If you got a natural 20, that kind of stuff would.
Yeah, like if you rolled a natural
Ignite.
20 and you want to say, oh, instead of doing double damage, can I do some fire damage instead? Sure, like that's great. I love
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So that
But
for
at
me
the
is
moment,
cool.
so taking on that suggestion, could I be like, I'm gonna use my demon fire to ignite my Gwendal, and even though it doesn't do any like extra damage, it looks badass.
Yeah, of course,
and
yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
scares.
Yeah, sure.
intimidating, yeah.
Yeah.
We can do that. It's fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
Go for it.
Cool.
That's that one.
Blaney Kerrigan, love D&D, loves Yogscast. Thank you very much. Really nice, quick one. Those are the other ones. Did we miss some from earlier? I don't know.
Read that one.
We've done the badger
Well,
one.
we've done.
Yeah, we've done all those. Okay, so it's just the top two. Barry Pepper, loving the stream. You guys are class. It appears as though Lewis doesn't really believe in this stuff as a streamer. He's just go, oh, have I got the wrong end of the stick? No, I mean, Lewis is totally cool with that. That's why we're here. Like, he wouldn't be letting me do the stream if he didn't think it was a cool idea. He loves doing Yogscast. Lewis actually loves RPGs and stuff like that. Like, I ran a game of Force and Destiny for him. He was one of the best RPs I've ever come across. Like, he is hardcore in character. Like, he does not break character. Like, he says, if you want to talk to me, you have to talk to me as your character. Like, he's really into
Wow.
it. Like, he's a hardcore D&D guy, or RPG guy, because he likes a lot of other systems. Me and him talked about it quite a bit. But yeah, no, he's totally cool with it. And then finally, from Urus Umbros.
Ellis Umbros.
Go on, Trott.
He's a
He's a
frequent
subscriber, isn't
attender of Hat Film streams.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So thanks, man. Good game today, everyone, and keep up the good work, Mr. Hulmes. P.S. Trott, thank you for keeping up the Cam Troll Act. P.P.S. Ask Sam what the somber guitar track name is that he's been playing on the stream break. Do you know, Sam?
I'm sure, Sam, we can put that up somewhere.
Yeah, we'll
might
figure it
tweet
out
it or
somehow.
Yeah, check
we'll-
Sam's Twitter.
Yeah.
At Sam
Teller
Pitts.
of the Tales is called.
There you go, Teller of the Tales.
Teller of the Tales. Why you
There you go.
straight away.
Sorted. Thank you so much for all those donations, guys. Sorry if we butchered any name pronunciations and stuff like that.
I'm not.
And yeah, do keep them coming. The donations really help sort of like, you know, pay for people like Sam's time. We might have Steve come in and do them for the future just so Sam has a weekend. But it does help pay for that and things like that. It also means that we can like look into like getting things like extra minis and cool maps
Yeah.
and stuff like that as well.
We're just doing this for the love of it. You know?
Yeah,
We're
pretty
here.
much. Like, so any money that we receive goes straight back into letting us just keep on doing it,
Keep it
really.
doing it,
It's
yeah.
not anything's for profit and stuff like that. So do keep them coming. Yeah, if you've got any questions about D&D, you can always tweet them at any of us. You can tweet them at High Rollers or myself or Trott or any of the
Probably most
guys.
knowledgeable.
I'm probably, yeah, but you know some stuff as well.
We're
Like
getting
you're getting there. Subreddit as well. I'm always answering stuff on the Yogscast subreddit,
Yeah.
so feel free to just go on there and ask stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks very much, and we will see you next week.
Roll on Sunday.
Roll on Sunday.
I'm not saying it.
Say it.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.